one more time, see where we end up. But welcome back. We are having big trouble with technology because we've got a massive storm overhead, and I don't know if it's going to stay with us, but let's hope it does. Let's hope it does. Welcome back in, and yeah, like I say, if we drop off, we drop off, but let's hope we can keep going. Back into the picture. Canada, free kick, 8 minutes in, just on the edge of the box. Mr. Calderon gave out a yellow card here, but I think what he should have done was bring out a red card, because the way he went through on Schaffelberg there, absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting challenge, I think. I think the referee's now got a job to do, and I think he's doing it pretty well. But welcome back in, everybody. I hope you're there, and I hope you're square. Empty stadium, a few fans up in the high seats, keeping out of the sun. And free kick now on the edge of the box from the right side. 2 yards outside the box. Referee's got everybody talked to. He's out of the box. Mr. Calderon sets the play live. Let's have a look what's happening. Run to the front post. Goes to the back post. Doesn't make it. Shot on net and in the back of the net. How about that? I tell you, 8 minutes in, Saliba gets another goal. Same side of the goal, yeah. So there you go, 1-0 up, 9 minutes in. I tell you, we're in for a good night here at football. And that's justice. That's justice. And the crowd is jumping off their feet, all 15 of them. But yeah, Canada 1-0 up, 9 minutes in. Fantastic. I don't know if you're getting this, guys, but if you are, welcome back in. We've had some technical issues, but we've got back online. Let's just see what's going on around the world. But yes, 1-0. Absolutely glorious. Let's get that. Bad clearance, goes to the edge of the box, and it's left for Saliba to half volley into the corner. Lovely finish. Quite lucky, but take a look on the replay. It's coming out. Saliba gives the call, gets the rebound, scuffed shot on the volley, half volley in the back of the net. There you go. That defender who jumped out of the way, why would you jump out of the way? Why would you not kick the ball back out where it came from? Terrible defending. Fortuitous for Canada, 1-0 up. 10 minutes in, things are good. 7 goals, 4 in the competition, none against so far. Let's keep it that way. But I said this looked like speed, creativity, and action and goals, and that's exactly what we got so far. 10 minutes in, beautiful stuff. Throw into Curacao. Halfway in their own half. A goal down after 10 minutes. At this rate, it'll be 9-0. Let's see if that comes off. I don't think it will, but I don't think many of you out there are getting me right now. I think you've... all day, I'm here, I'm a trooper, I'm sticking with it. Canada, 10 minutes coming up, so 11 minutes in, 1-0 up on the day. And Saliba, fortuitous goal from the free kick. The ball came out, and he met the ball out to the edge of the box, puts it into the left corner, and the keeper couldn't do a thing about it. Beautiful. This is the way we wanted to start. 1-0 up already. Fantastic. Throwing comes in. Canada keeping possession on the right side. Should be another free kick coming up. I tell you what, get this out. Get this out. Get this out. Get this out. That's enough now. That's enough now. Get this out. You can't be using Canadian players as targets. Referee's going to be busy tonight. You might even see one of these. And if one of these comes Curaçao's way, I think Canada has a good chance at getting more goals. Has a good chance at getting more goals. But Nelson now on the ball. Jaden Nelson now looking like it for a long time. I like what I see with our friend there. Jaden now playing in the full national team. Ball in the middle, into the box. Same situation as last. Curacao clear it up into halfway. It's a one-on-one chase for the ball, and it's cleared back into Curaçao's half. Curacao winning possession. Going all the way back to the keeper. All the way back to the keeper. Room now. Goes to the right side. There we go. Saliba on the board already. Absolutely, mate. What a fantastic goal, eh? I mean, before the game, I think he might have caught it, Trouty. I think a lot of people did. But I was saying the midfield, the four in midfield, there's speed, there's creativity, there's work rates, there's endeavour, there's just a willingness, and it's youth. And I'm looking for that midfield to be absolutely dynamite tonight. But it's paid off already, yeah? And yes, our man Jesse Marsh, not on the sideline again. Second of 2 games banned, and he will be back. People are speculating what happened. I think I got my own opinion on it as well. Canada moving forward, and it's cleared out. There's a tussle on the sideline there. Curacao clear on the lines, get up to half field, but they cough it up again. Canada now back in possession. Beautiful play. Ball through the middle. Oh, it nearly gets there, but Canada win possession. Staying alive. Be lucky. Be quick. Yes. Jonathan David wanted a bit too much time on the ball, but Kone gets the shot off. Kone looking a bit of a different player tonight. He's in the right position. He wants to be there in the midfield, yeah. But yeah, I'll tell you what, Trouty, you should be coach, man. You should be on the coaching stuff. If you knew they were playing, I'm loving you. Next game, you need to tell me who's up on the line. But I hope everybody's doing well. Canada's 1-0 up, 13 minutes in. We got a corner going. And I'll tell you what, we've had a lot of technical difficulties, but I'm a trooper because it's Canada. Can't fail. Got to get through. Can't fail. Got to get through. Can't fail. Got to get through. Jaden Nelson now with the corner from the left side. Hands in the air, empty stadium, 1-0 up, Canada, corner coming through. Nice corner. Let's see, meets it, goes far, goes too far. Curacao. Claude, how you doing, my friend? Yeah, Saliba, I tell you, he's looking top draw, mate, top draw. When you look at the young kids we've got in this team coming through, names that are not household names, but they will be if they carry on like this. Can you imagine next year if we come to the World Cup at this level with this squad still on a pumped up mojo? We might pull a big World Cup surprise. I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but I tell you what, the more and more these guys play together, the more and more big teams we play, where else is it going to go? It can only go up from here. You're 30 in the world right now, guys, yeah? It can only go up. Don't expect the top 10. That would be dreamland, but hey, maybe FIFA wants to put us in 15 or 16. Maybe. Oh, I tell you, some flying tackles going in there. So there's no love lost here tonight, I'll tell you now. Them tackles are flying. But I tell you, Curaçao's picked on the ring because these guys can match it. 20 years ago, we're not interested in getting kicked off the park. But I'll tell you what, they match it. Going into the chat, Trouch, haha. Well, I had Choinière in, not Kone, and Johnson, not Waterman. I called for another 9 correctly. Nice one, nice one. Got 2 coaches on there and more coaches listening in. But like I say, thanks for getting back, guys. We had some horrendous difficulties with the technical thing. The storm above us is huge. It's dropping water like you couldn't believe. So we're back in the game. Ball down the right side. No one's getting that. Not even a gazelle from the fastest paced Africans. Boom. Viva Canada. Viva Canada. Yes, the crowd. Viva Canada. Lovebirds in the crowd. Isn't it lovely? Viva Canada. Loving it. Loving it. Can you imagine if people are watching around the world who don't know too much about Team Canada, what they're thinking now? You know, the Gold Cup for me is a decent Team Canada. What they're thinking now. You know, the Gold Cup for me is a decent world who don't know too much about Team Canada. What they're thinking now. You know, the Gold Cup for me is a decent. Can't. Yes, we can. No, we can't. I'd say it's too funny. Curacao breaking forward, looking menacing on the right side. I tell you, it's a 3-on-5, and there's a foul coming up. Curacao should not be a free kick, but hey, you never know. Back into the chat. Well, I had Sean. Yes, we got that one. Claude, when Dave is returned to the squad, he has to learn to play within the team and not think he has to do it all. Wonderful, wonderful reading. What wonderful reading that is. Those are my sentiments 100%. I like Alfonso, but play to your role. Bring us your strength. Don't cannon down the line and cough up the ball and look like an amateur. Look like it's all about you. Trying to play Roy of the Rovers situation, like the only man on the field. No, you're not. So I love that, Claude. Brilliant. When Davies returns, he has to learn to play within the team, not thinks he has to do it all. Davies has got to trust his teammates. Absolutely. Free kick coming in. Curacao goes onto the penalty spot. Great header. I tell you, that wasn't weird. Great free kick by Curacao. On the line, Dane St. Clair makes it safe. That was dangerous. Take another look at this. I'd say he's still onside. He's still onside, absolutely. But that's a bloody good header on net. Watch it come cannoning in. He meets this right now. Bang! He gives it thin. But he just doesn't make it count. Tell you what, Bakuna nearly tied it up there for Curacao. So we got to be careful. Like I say, Dick Advocat, the coach, he's got these guys sorted out. 1 loss this year, 2 losses in 2 years. Dick Advocat, the Dutchman, loads of experience as a coach. He's won a lot of things, but not for a long time. Corner coming in, Curacao, close to the front post, dangerous out. Goal kick for Canada. Strong defense by Canada, but 2 head chances there. Curacao getting close on the board. I tell you what, like I say, not to be taken too lightly. Had he met that corner better, it's on net, but he literally is muscled out of position by tough defending Canada. Excellent. Canada, beware. We've just been given 2 gypsies warnings about what not to do. Defensive line, yes, from the last game. Take them a couple of minutes to get to sort of feel each other and see where we're going, but they're playing the same game plan. Shouldn't be an issue. Miller now on the ball. I like Miller in defense, always have. Pretty safe. Goes back to the right side. Waterman on the ball now, moving forward. Nice interchange. Nelson now 1-2 down the line. That's a great intricate play. Too much on the ball, but lovely play. Lovely pass and move. Totally killed the defense dead. See, couldn't get there too far, but I'll tell you, Saliba playing a nice tic-tac-toe. Ball going through. That's something to look for. Remember last game, we were really hard down the left side. Looks like we're choosing the right side tonight. Curacao now in a game. Crunching tackle comes up, strips him. Shuffleberg learns to get his feet out of the way quick or get kicked. And that's pretty smart. Shuffleberg knows he's in for a physical night tonight. But that first opening foul, was it a yellow or was it a red card? I tell you. I got my suspicions he went through the man from behind too hard. Referee's not looking to give red cards straight away, obviously, but you got to say, we don't need another bloody Escobar. And I mean that. He was a disaster. He's always a disaster. He's always angry against Canada. What's his problem? We paid his way the last time he came to Canada. He stayed in a nice hotel. He got his check. What the hell's his problem? Maybe he don't like Canada. Great stuff here now. Canada looking to win the ball. That goes through all the way back to Dane St. Clair on the edge of the box. Nice at his feet. Takes his time. Let's see what's happening. Empty building again tonight, guys. But you know what? We're used to it, yeah? We've played in empty buildings so often that we are the team to win a title in an empty building if we had to. Watch out. That's a foul. That should have been a foul, ref. In you go. That's definitely a foul coming up. And our game is heating up just slightly. But Saliba is he's making his presence known, isn't he? Captain David having a word with the referee. Yes, it was a foul, and it was thigh height, and it was a little late. Could have been a yellow for David. The referee has a word. Next one's going to be one. 21 minutes in, we're 1-0 up. 6 points are on the board at the moment. And I tell you what, let's hope it stays that way. Let's hope we stay online as well, guys. I've worked hard to get this done today. Twice we've fallen the wayside, but we're back. We're strong. The technique is good. But sometimes the internet dies due to nature, and we got a massive storm over us. Curacao going forward, down the middle now, looking to go left side. They do go left side, cutting in now. Stumbles on the ball. Terrible. Takes a shot, going wide, and it's a straight goal kick. Dane St. Clair watching that go wide. Let's face it, 3 chances in the last 5 minutes have fell Curaçao's way. They do not seem to be without confidence. Was it a shot? Was it a pass? He'll say it was a pass because it was so far wide of the goal. It looked like a pass, but it was a shot. Miller now trying to play like Messi on his back line. Goes long, and it goes long, but no one's on it. All the way through the room in net. Curacao, I tell you, they're not without. They've got players. They've got feet. Watch the way they throw the ball around. They've got technical ability. They really do. And the way they're playing, very smart. Great challenge. Great challenge. I tell you, Canada tonight. Bassong really going for the challenge. Wins the ball. Knocks it straight out for a throw. Another young man trying to make it big for Canada. Another great game to test out people as well. This is the perfect game to test people, yeah? And don't forget, next up is El Salvador. And that's going to be a different kind of game. El Salvador will be slightly tougher than this one. And I tell you what, looking for a game there too. But right now, 1-0 Canada, 23 minutes in. Looking good. Going to the chat. Absolutely great point by Claude again. We are winning, but we don't look as sharp as the last game. Absolutely. I totally agree with that. Seems that we're still trying to find our feet with each other. The first goal of the game was so important. Can you imagine if it was 0-0 right now? It probably would be like squeaking to 0-0 to half. So important. Can you imagine if it was 0-0 right now? It probably would be like squeaking to 0-0 to half time. So this doesn't seem to me right now, the way they're playing with each other, that you're looking for a bag of goals. But at any minute, Canada can spring forward. And Davies asks for the ball. He gets the ball back as well. Bassang on the ball. Nice interchange play, Canada. Great use of the ball by Canada. Literally using it so well. Seeger on the ball now, looking to cross. Doesn't cross. Holds the ball. Sullivan now on the ball. In front of the Curacao goal mouth. Nice play in front, coming again in front of the goal. Canada staying central, but getting lots of physical attention, trying to keep the ball, keeps the ball. Shufflebird crosses the ball, going far side, goes over the top, and looking to stay in play. Curacao clear the lanes, as they do, going up to the halfway. Canada win possession. But yes, the game is going a little bit flat at the moment. Second goal would make it better. Canada need to spread out a bit, get big, use the ball, put space between each other's bodies. A little bit too close up front. Get the spread, get it right. Right now, going forward now again. Beautiful play down to the right side. Seeger now gets his man one-on-one. Gets beaten, stripped. Curacao running away with the ball. Great play, free kick coming up Curacao. But I say, pass the ball earlier. Don't take them on one-on-one. Curacao seems to be a team that if you try the one-on-one, the physical game, they'll marry up and they'll marry up well. You got to keep away from them. Pass the ball earlier, leave them for dead. Go past them, pass and move, pass and move, pass and move. Leave them for dead. Do not play the one-on-ones. You're just costing time and you're killing creativity. And you're coming down to their level. Canada needs to bring up the speed of the ball, zip the ball into feet, and let's get some possession for a couple of minutes. Stop trying to go forward every 5 seconds. Get possession going. Stranglehold the game. And move from there. Canada now on the ball. Back to Jeffrey Stachelberg on the wing side. And he gets the throw. Another throw further down. Going into the chat. Charlie McTrout. I guess yellows don't carry over game to game because Bakuna got a yellow last game. Correct. Absolutely. And also it's 25 minutes in and we're up 1-0. Looks pretty good to me. Absolutely. We're now 26 minutes in. But yeah, looking good. I do say the insurance marker needs to happen sooner than later. If we can get that ball, beautiful play. Come on, get on the end of it. I tell you what, great cross. But Nelson should have been running in behind Eliosei. Should have been running in behind him, expecting that ball to get through. I tell you now, Eliosei didn't get the ball. Guy needs to run in behind him, thinking that he's not going to get that ball and get on the end of that ball. You got an easy tap in. Just saying. Keep running. Don't stop running, Mr. Nelson. There was a goal on the thread there for you. But so far, so good. Guys are going in for a little bit of a water break here right now. Let's tell you, so far, so good. Back into the chat. Claude. Trouty McTrout. Not as good as the last game is my point. Yeah, absolutely. We don't look as threatening. We need to keep possession better. Absolutely. Get the possession. Keep the possession. Kill the opposition with the ball. Just kill the opposition with the ball. Keep possession. There's the Bassong's goal. Beautiful in the back of the net. And right now, the best chance we've had is, in fact, that goal, that what you would say half volley from the edge of the box or just inside the box. That is our best chance of the match. No doubt about it. But hey, I'll take it. It's 3 points right now. And I tell you, I'm sure there was a deflection on that as it went through. Take another close look if you see that again. But I'm sure that took a deflection, possibly off a defender. In the chat, Trouty McTrout, 60% possession is fine by me. Absolutely. And you don't normally see that. You don't normally see 60% possession. I tell you what, I just saw a funny old picture on TV. There's obviously a husband and a wife dressed in the Canadian gear on the side, and she's like standing there on the side having a decent old time, and he's sitting there drinking something, and you can just see his head going, oh, he's not having a great time. In that moment, I don't know what it was, but so funny to look at. Husband and wife at the game in an empty stadium, very empty. But again, I'm going to say it. Canada can play in an empty stadium and it doesn't disappoint. Curacao would have probably been hoping to see more people in the stadium to give themselves a bit of a lift to enjoy the occasion better. Canada's learned to enjoy the occasion on the road, especially in America, without any fans because they don't get big fans. There's not many people travel with Canada unless you're talking about big Canadian fans, hardcore Canadian fans, Voyagers as well per se, and ultra fans from Canadian Premier League clubs per se as well, and old USL clubs too. I'm talking historical fans for Canada. You've got to be an ultra, you've got to be a psycho fan to travel with Canada because your average sports fan in Canada never will. Not just because of geography, but they're not attached or affixed to the team like we are. It's just a common denominator, yeah? Just saying. Into the chat, 29 minutes gone, still 1-0. Bit of a tussle. Game's gone a little bit like a battle of attrition. But again, Canada need to get on the ball, pass it for 5 minutes. Just pass it. Lull them with the ball. Lull them into a false sense of security. Lull them. Ball over the top right now. Ball over the top right now. Too far. Shuffleberg's fast, but he ain't that fast. Trouty McTrout, there's a number of subs this game due to the opponents. We might bring in Choinière, Larea, Buchanan later if things are turning south. I like giving the young guns time. Absolutely, absolutely. No doubt about it. But we're talking the game itself, what we've got. We're in a good position. We're in a good position so far. I'm quite happy about it. Like I say, you could see games like this in CONCACAF times where you're 0-0 at halftime. We've got the opening goal. That's huge. And they have come close 3 times, Curacao, so they've shown some danger in the first 30 minutes. And if you use those stats over the next 60, it tells you they're going to get close again. Free kick coming up, Curacao. Seagar flattens, literally flattens. And when I say flatten, I mean Guri was absolutely flattened by Seagar in that challenge. Beautiful to see. Beautiful to see. But they've got expansive football, Curacao. They know where to put the ball. And they got physical ability too. And the technical ability, free kick again. Referee allows play. Advantage Curacao, edge of the box. 2-on-1 goes nowhere. I think Curacao will be happier with a free kick there. But they didn't get it. Jacob Schaffelberg tonight hasn't really found his feet. And I think that you need to put Schaffelberg on the right side. Get him on the right side. He's a different beast on the right side of field. Left side is not the game for him. Put him on the right. So no one did put the scoreline in, but I was saying this should be at least a 3-0 with the team we've got, okay? 1-0 up. I'm saying it's 3-0 is what we should have. There will be chances coming forward. But right now, 3-0 is what I'm looking at. Game called again. Calderon calls it down. One of those 50-50 tackles. It could have been a foul. It could have been a throw-in. And I think that the referee's had enough of the biaking going on. He's having a bit of a stern word. The referee's had enough. He's talking to Bakuna. He's talking to David. He's brought the captains in. He's like, enough of the jip-jab, yippering. Shut up. I've got the carding system. I'm going to start carding you. No more mouthing off. Now he's coming over the sideline. And you'll see what's happening when he talks to someone right now. Keep watching. Keep watching. Now, can you make out what he's talking about? Looks like me. He's pointing to the far side of the field. Bakuna could easily get a red. Absolutely. I mean, the referee, he's just blown the whistle. Game's live. The referee's noticing what's going on. 30 minutes in, there are enough signs there that, yes, a card or two will be popping out. It's only 1-0. But put a few... Oh, I tell you. Look at the physical play over there. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I tell you what. Joel's having no BS. Look at Joel. He's been held. It's not a foul. Absolutely not a foul. Referee got conned. Referee so got conned there. That's not a foul. Not in my book. In your book, what do you think? Yeah, good point, Claude. He says 3-0 as well. Wouldn't be surprised if Curacao squeak one in. I tell you what, squeeze one in. Sorry, I tell you what, they're not without. They've got purpose up front. They got feet. They got technical ability. Great free kick, bit low, headed out by Canada. Needed to be far longer on that one. Curacao looking to. I tell you, they've coughed it up now. Canada on the break, 3-on-1. Now go with speed. Get the ball over. Oh, terrible pass. Terrible pass. Absolutely terrible pass. That should have been in the middle. That should have been tapped in for 2-0. I think it's Kone that tapped that ball across, but terrible pass. Man, oh man, oh man. Can you not get it over the guy? Basic. Mr. Kone might want to see that play a little bit wiser next time and pick up his boot and play with a bit more firmness. And another terrible ball by Kone as well as he takes the foul. Bassong doing wonders on the wing here, stripping the man, taking him on, beating him 3,000 times. Beats him once and pass it off, my friend. There you go. Beautiful play. Well possessed. Canada looking like a bit more purposeful with the ball, but got to get them legs pumping. When you see all your guys walking, you know it's not going well. Got to get everybody pumping on the same phase. Moving forward now. Canada through ball. He's onside. Nice save by the keeper. Could have been 2-0. That second goal will ease the nerves. Bassong running back now. Gets there first. Foul. Stays down. Referee is halting play. Wasn't really the worst foul in the world. It was a hand on the back, yes, but was it necessary? Only Margarita can tell you. Beautiful ball on the through ball. And I tell you what, USA takes the shot, but keeper makes a great save. Great run, great timing. Nice shot, but keeper down low makes a save. Well done, Room. Keeping it to 1. Canada now looking a little bit more purposeful, like I say. Ball's got to go a bit more zipped to feet and go wide. And now, don't think he's going to make that. He doesn't. Kone, for me, is not up to it today. Yeah, Kone doesn't look like he's up to it for me today. Sometimes them games come along, but like Tragic McTrout said and Claude has said, Substitutions. Tic-tac-toeing on the edge of the box. Room on the ball now. Clears. Goes wide side. Curacao clearing the lines very well. Intercepted one more time. Joel Waterman picks up the ball. David now as the ball. Passes it back. Saliba. Over to Kone. Kone to Saliba. Kone's doing nothing. Kone's a statue right now. Ball over the top. Great ball. Jason Shuffleberg. Not the greatest cross. Going out for the throw-in. Again, it's not Jacob's day, but Kone needs to pick it up in the second half as we move closer to halftime. 37 minutes gone, 1-0 Canada. Saliba on 19. I'll tell you what, brilliant goal. And we've got plenty of ammunition on the bench. Even Alistair Johnson's on the bench tonight. So I'd say you're probably going to look in for maybe 1 or 2 substitutions at halftime. But yes, give the young guys time. But Kone's had enough time. Kone's been around the team a long time. Is he going to be another one of those Mark Anthony Kaye kind of guys? "38 minutes, 1-0 Canada." Claude makes a great point again. Those are the chances that you have to make full of against better teams. Horrible pass, absolutely. Absolutely. Against better teams. Horrible pass, absolutely. Absolutely. I do give Curacao respect. Remember the last time we played Curacao a couple of years back? We seem to be streets above them, and I know that we've got a different team out tonight. They've come up quite a bit. Their technical ability, the way they hold the ball, the way they're passing the ball, the way they're managing the game, the way they're fitting into the match. They're a better team than they were then. Much better team. Coney down on the floor, winded, getting back up. Mr. Calderon comes along, says, "How you doing?" He says, "I'm doing fine. Thanks, ref. Thanks for the love." Free kick, Canada. Still got to take it. Miller all the way back to Dane Sinclair. Dane Sinclair now. Over to Joel Waterman. Back over to where the ball was with Mr. Miller. Miller over the halfway line, looking to pass off. Goes down the line. It's a great ball, but he can't get there. Again, Canada playing the balls far too hard over the top. It's a great idea, but put some spin on that ball. Mr. Miller, put some spill on the ball. I wonder if he will. But it's nice to see Kamal back in the lineup again. I mean, it's been he was very impressive, I felt, through qualifying for the 22. A very, very, very confident player whenever he's there. He never really seems to put a major foot wrong, yeah? Canada now moving forward, like, great interception. It's our man, JD, on the ball, crosses in, and another terrible cross. Man, we've had 2 breakaways tonight, and we've ruined both chances, one with a terrible Kone and one with a terrible Jonathan David ball. You got to take advantage of those opportunities when they come up. We could be 3-0 up already. We should be 2-0 up. It could have been more. So the signs are good. 1-0 up, but we got to get that ready. We should be 2-0 up. It could have been more. So the signs are good. 1-0 up, but we got to get that insurance marker. You're sitting on a bad result here with this 1-0 at the moment. Canada, man, down the left side. Jacob Shuffleberg is never getting to that one. Again, the ball's over the top. I don't know who's playing the balls over the top. Shuffleberg's shaking his nuts as well. He's like, what's going on? A great interception by JD. I think JD should have just gone selfish. Just whacked it in on net. I think he should have been selfish. He's got a shot. He earned the chance. He should have took it. Kone now on the ball. Doing flicks and tricks. Goes past 1, goes past 2. Canada still keeping the ball, fighting. And unfortunately, Saliba can't read the ball from David. It was a great ball from David. Jonathan David, great ball. But Saliba can't read it, unfortunately. In fact, sorry, Nelson can't read it, I should say. But Canada in the game, more so now than, say, 15 minutes ago. There is more effort, more speed. Still, one man walking a little bit too much. His name is Kone. Everybody else's legs are pumping now. People are in the game. People are thinking. People are working. Canada need the second goal. And Curacao playing tough, and give it credit. Miller throws Lacadia to the ground. The referee's having a word. But did Miller do anything too bad? Let's take a look. It's half of one, 6 of the other. Both doing it. Miller's the stronger. Miller's the heavier. And Lacadia is Crane. Or Lacadia. Whichever you like. Canada trying to clear the lines. Curacao looking dangerous on the edge of the box. Still have the ball. Curacao in possession. Tic-tac-toeing. Go middle. Into the middle it comes. Shot coming in. No, it doesn't. Straight through. But there's a great shot. And I tell you, how many warnings do we need? Wow. That could have been 1-0. We could have been 2-1 down. Absolutely should have been 1-1. Absolutely should have been 1-1, Claude. Totally agree. Defenders have got to adapt. Absolutely, totally agree. Trouty McTrout. Got to adapt. Andre, how you doing, my friend? How confident are the Canadians in the house? Yes. Yes, absolutely. It was absolutely big confidence. But I think we're going to make a couple of changes at halftime. I think Jesse should be able to see what's not happening. Dane St. Clair was beaten, always up on that shot. I tell you. Florenis nearly had the tying goal there. Not making that one throwing coming up to Canada. I tell you what, we've been warned enough times now in this first half. We've been warned enough times. A little bit of a fight coming up on the halfway line. I tell you what, the card's coming out if this carries on. Jacob Schaffelberg's had enough. Now the referee's had enough. Bakuna needs to calm it down. Both of them. J and L. Take another look on your screens. He's holding the ball. It's holding the ball. Schaffelberg's looking to get the ball. Did nothing wrong. Schaffelberg was fine. The Bakuna boys don't like what's happening, but that's what happens when you're losing. 1-0 down. Absolutely, Andre. Very good play by Curacao. They've shown the dangers. If they would stop being pissed off and get on with their game, they'd be in the lead here. They'd be leading this game. They're paying too much of focus on the physical nature of the game, which is not their best tactic. It's not their best tactic by a mile. If they play football one over the top, that was not the ball. One over the top, there, straight down the line, that would have been in on goal. We have been stripped in the final third with this defensive play that we're coming up with. The warnings are there. 44 minutes, Bassong with the throw down a line, left-hand side of the field. Headed on, and he gets his own throw in back. I like Bassong. I do. I like him. I think he's got a future with this team, future with the squad. And just to think of all the them, and you can see Curaçao's putting the boots into the back of the ankles on Canada. They're hassling Canada out of the ball. So the physical game, put it this way. The one thing we are getting out of this experience tonight, and the physical nature of Curacao is a great learning curve for the younger players at international level. So there's a plus point. You want to play hard, you want to play nasty, that's fine. But there are positives you draw from that as a young player and experienced player, as a team, the confidence, the know-how. Beautiful dummy, great give and go. Pass that ball through, and here we go now. Ollie will say, does he cross the ball? No, he doesn't, but it goes out for a goal kick. Sorry, corner. We got the corner. I like what I see by Nelson, but you say he needs to release the ball quicker. Too many hesitations. Hesitates? No. Hesitation kills you. Trout, 3 yellows between Bakuna boys in 1.5 games. Yes. They play with fire in their bellies, but play with fire in your belly, but have discipline. Yeah, have that discipline. You don't need to go over the top. What I mean by over the top is you don't need to get out of your pram, out of your stroller. Throw the teddy in the corner. Looks like they threw the teddy in the changing room before they came out. Corner coming in. Canada now. Not the best. Going long. Can JD keep it in? Let's go for the throw. Canada throwing coming up. JD on the ball. Dreads David. Judge Dreads David. Who doesn't love Jonathan David, eh? All those years, we dreamt of having a super striker. And JD's been around now for quite some time. Wins the corner. Maybe we get a last goal here in the seconds in the first half, and we'll see what's coming up. Halftime, we'll bring you up to all the stats. But so far, so good. I'm enjoying this. And we've got plenty of guys to bring on from the bench. I mean, plenty of guys. And will we get to see Alistair Johnston? Hasn't been around for a while, but if I was Jesse Marsh, I'd be looking to bring on Alistair Johnston. Jacob Schaffelberg with the corner now. This is Jacob's side of the field. Let's see what he can bring. Need it on the penalty spot. Between the penalty spot and the 6-yard box. Keep it out of the goal's reach. That's a great ball. Oh, we could have got on the end of that, guys. Hustle. Joel Waterman now up front with the ball. being hustled, keeps possession. Nice little flick by Joel Basson with the ball. Great cross. On the edge of the box, Canada playing hard, but it goes out for throw. Keeper just gets a hand on that cross there. The corner coming in, keeper gets a hand. Room did well. Room did very well on that one. He hasn't put a foot wrong tonight. He's made a few good saves. He's been there where he needed to be. And if he hadn't have done what he's done, I'm sure Canada would be winning more than one. 1-0 half time. There we go. There we go. Things are not bad. Things are not bad. We're going to get to the stats here pretty soon, guys. But so far, so good. But things are going to happen in the second half. 1-0 so far. I'm quite happy with that. I'm taking a look at the groups at halftime as we go through this. Canada right now, 6 points from 2 games, 7 goals plus 7 on the GD, looking absolutely championship worthy. Yeah, 4 teams before the competition really took part. Panama, Canada, yeah, Mexico, USA. Those are your 4 big teams. And moving through, those are going to be the 4 big teams. Your 4 B teams, yeah, the teams like, can Jamaica get there? Interested to know. But looking at the groups right now, before we talk about the game here right now, Mexico on top, Costa Rica in second, and Jamaica get there. Interested to know. But looking at the groups right now, before we talk about the game here right now, Mexico on top, Costa Rica in second, and they're both on 6 points. You've also got Canada right now, 6 points, Curacao, El Salvador on 1 point apiece. Panama, 6 points, with Jamaica and Guatemala in Group C on 3. Point being, Jamaica can still go through, but they're going to go through Panama. Looks like doubtful, doesn't it? Not impossible. Not impossible. If Jamaica come to play, they could pull the 1-0 or the 2-1. The other thing is, though, you got to think about Guatemala. Guatemala plays Guadeloupe. Not an easy game, but Guatemala might get more than 1 goal. Maybe. And then that makes Jamaica's job even tougher against Panama to get through. And finally, Group D, USA, with so far 23,000 fans in the US. I think the US is like, 390 million people, somewhere in there? 23,000 people have turned up for the United States of America in 2 games. I find that extremely hard to understand, but also at the same time, because of the form coming in, is possibly why. But USA has always had a big following, no matter what they do. So look for the next crowd to be bigger, because that's not the numbers that I'm used to seeing play for the USA. They normally have a bigger crowd. And look at Mexico. Woo! Biggest crowd of the tournament so far, 54,000. No surprise. No surprise. El Tri always fills your building, always brings the passion, and sometimes gets banned for its songs, but it's beautiful because it's pasión. Mexico is absolute, total pasión. Trout. We didn't get a lot of fans at the game in Vancouver either. 24,000. Yeah. CONCACAF charges too much for tickets. I agree. And the thing is, if you know you're not going to sell out, why not get tickets out to the crowd? Like kids, hit the schools, get the kids in there. You're going to bring the parents. They're going to buy a pop. They're going to be with the kids. They'll have a great time. Yeah, just like they do in the Canadian Premier League. I'm not going to use all the clubs as examples, but if you think of Forge FC in the Canadian Premier League, they have a great, and they all do, all the clubs do, but Forge FC especially has a great link to its community. And talking to Forge FC many times upstairs, yeah, they know exactly how to fill that building. They're building for the future. And that crowd is always, when they have the kids' games, it's a filled building, absolutely, totally through the roof. So, like I say, it can. And if you're watching your TV screens, you just saw the anvil at Forge FC. I just saw that. Surprisingly, it just came up. I didn't know it was, but yeah. But Forge FC and the community filling buildings, yada yada. You could do it better. And Vancouver, come on, get some promotion going. CSA, spend the money. Make sure those seats are sold out. But again, I'll stay with America. Very surprising that they haven't had the numbers that you thought they would. Still in this competition. Top 4, absolutely. That's where America should finish minimum. Will they? It's going to be interesting. My picks for the quarterfinals, if you've got your picks for the quarterfinals, this is what I'm saying. I'm looking at USA, Costa Rica, first quarterfinal. I'm looking at Canada, Guatemala, second quarterfinal. Mexico, Saudi Arabia, third quarterfinal. And Panama, Honduras is the fourth quarterfinal. That's what I'm looking at. So you notice I did omit Jamaica. And I don't think possibly they'll get there. Anywho, stats on the day, 55 to 45% for Canada, 4 shots apiece, 2 on target for Canada, 1 for Curacao, 3 corners for Canada, 1 for Curacao, and 7 fouls to 5 in favor of those dirty bastards, Canada. Aren't you glad that Canada is what it is nowadays and not what it was 10 years ago? You know, you can see some of these guys on TV, and the likes of Craig Forrest and all the rest of them that have played for Canada. How much do you think they love to be in this squad? To have been at a World Cup and to be going to another World Cup. And I can guarantee you this. Here's a 5-year prediction. Canada's going to 3 World Cups back to back to back. WREXHAM just won 3 league titles back to back to back. So I know what it looks like. But Canada, for me, is going to 3 World Cups back to back to back. So 2030, looking for Canada to get on the road. Probably, well, it's not announced yet, but there's a few big names on the roster. It could be into Europe. It could be in Asia. Could be in South Africa. We'll have to wait and see. But when the votes are bought, and I say bought, when you buy the votes with suitcases of money in hotels, FIFA, you can buy whatever venue you like. Yeah, look at the last 3 World Cups. Where have they been? The last one, Qatar. Yeah? Qatar, the great footballing nation of Qatar. Lot of money. Lots of money. Extreme amount of money. Just saying. So FIFA like money. But getting back to the game, a couple of talking points. That foul on Jafel Schaffelberg right at the start, horrendous foul. The pickup from the free kick was where we came into it, leading at halftime. Free kick comes in. It's headed out poorly cleared by Curacao. On the edge of the box, Salabay hits a half volley. And since then, Canada had 2 clear breakaways where rotten passes from Coney and Jonathan David, surprisingly. And we didn't capitalize on total breakaways where it was only the keeper to beat pretty much. But in saying that, Curacao has made life tough. They've come with a physical nature. They've been quite nasty at times. They've got a real hate on, and that's keeping Canada literally at bay. Should be 2-0 at halftime. Could have been more. Looking for the second half to bring us something more. Going into the chat, Andre says halftime 1-0. Absolutely. Charlie McTrout, we didn't get a lot of fans at the game in Vancouver either. CONCACAF charges too much for tickets. Absolutely. $100 a game. You have a family of 5. That's $500 just to get in the gate, never mind food and merch. And that's my point, okay? Get the kids tickets through the schools. You know you're not filling the top bowl. It's not going to happen. Not for that game. You got to say, because Honduras is going to bring what they've got here. But unlike, say, when Brazil plays or Portugal, you know, where the whole South American continent turns up to support them, yeah? That's what it seems like. With Honduras, they're not that enigmatic. They're not that big. They're not that famoso. They're not famous here. So there's less people going to turn out for Honduras than the big teams. And that's just respectoso. That's just respect. That's just the way it is. But $100 a game, 5 people in your family, $500. So take the parents and let them get tickets through the school. Have a school program where parents can take their kids to the match. Okay? Save families the cost. Listen, face it, we're in a major bloody recession right now. And these sports teams are still gouging for prices and still charging too much. We're in a sports recession as well, not just a real recession. If you want your numbers to grow, give more carrots, not just a stick. Right now, you're gouging for money. You're caning people for money. Give them some carrots. So get the kids in for free is what I'd say. Your parents come along, chaperoning, as they would anyway, and they spend money on concessions at the ground, which they will. everybody wins. And the optic, look at this stadium here. Just an example. The optic there is disastrous. That's why you got multicolored seats, so it looks like people are actually there. There's nobody in this building per se. So just the point I'm making. Just the point I'm making. Trinidad Trout, $100 a game. Like I say, that's $500 per family. They cannot afford it. That's why we're getting empty stadiums. And that's not just here in Canada. That will be worldwide. The worldwide recession is going on and on and on. And you're getting taxed to death. Just saying. Canada lineup from 2015. Stamatopoulos, Djokovic, Strait, De Guzman, etc. Yeah. I tell you what, a lot of players have come and gone since that time. Yeah, a lot of players. The one thing, though, with that team that you're talking about, Kenny Stamatopoulos and the rest of them, we were a very good defensive team. Very good defensive team. But we had no offense. We had limited creativity, loads of physicality, and lots of great defending. But apart from that run to the 2016, so apart from that run back in 2016, we really, with those guys, we were on the edge of something, but we couldn't break through. Guys, I'm going to take a quick 5-second break, literally longer than that, but I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to go get a power bar out the freezer right there because I need a power bar. So you're going to see me chewing a bit, but I'm going to take a 2-minute break maximum, but we're coming back. Don't worry. And just bringing it up the screen before we go. Right. Give me 60 seconds and I'll be right back. Second half's coming. We're 1-0 up. Don't miss a minute. I'll be right there, guys. Sorry, guys, maybe 62 seconds. But what I'm going to do right now, just to let you see, is I'm going to show you this Canadian soccer biker style jacket. Jeffrey Perrin, thank you, my man. I appreciate that, fella. I really do. I love to get feedback. It's like, if you hate me, tell me, because I love that too. But love you too. Love you too. Jeffrey Perrin. There's a famous person, Perrin. I know Perrin, very famous Perrin. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up and stand up and show you this jacket. I'm going to show you the backside as well, because it's like a biker style, okay? So get a load of this. That's your front. Now wait for the back. And with it, there you go. Tell me what you think. So tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about that. That's an in-house designed Team Canada jacket. There's only one in the world. We'll be selling it straight after the show for $5 billion, okay? Yes, but yeah, there's one in the world. I got it. I love it. Oh, yeah. It's the SX version. The SX. And it's from Umbro. Yes. Seamus O'Leary, what a fantastic, fantastic name that is. Halftime report, who has played well and others not so much. Saliba continues to impress. Yes, absolutely. Haven't been that impressed with Shuffleberg. No. Or the long balls. No. They go nowhere. Overall, not great. Seamus O'Leary, Stevie O'Boyle, I love you. Absolutely fantastic. On the bloody money. 100%. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you, Jeffrey Perrin. Super nice, beauty. Thank you. I like it too. But I'm bringing loads more stuff, jackets, T-shirts as we go through. Last game, I had the blue Superman T-shirt on. You want to see what I'm wearing the next game? It's absolutely classic. They get better every game. I'm building up to a super match with different stuff each game. But I love getting dressed up for the Canada. I love it, and you can't stop it. But yes, going back to Seamus again. Absolutely on the money. I'm going to read this out again because tell you what, people, when someone says something that's on the money, the game's going, obviously, but when someone says something that's so on the money, you have to bring it up, yeah? Game's about to get ready, but I'm going to read it one more time. And Seamus, you're absolutely on the money. Seamus O'Leary, halftime report, who has played well. Canada's played the better of the two. They've owned the game so far, but I got to tell you, Curacao, they've shown chances and they've been close and they really should have a goal on the board. And a couple of times Dane St. Clair in net for Canada was flat-footed because it was just unfortunately just wide of the post. The shots or the headers on one header that was in on goal. He had to make a great save and push it over the bar. So like I say, Curacao can be happy with the display, but very unfortunate, I would say, that they haven't got a goal. Will they get a goal in the second half? I tell you what, I'd say this much. They're probably going to play with some belief like they are right now, tearing down the left wing. But Canada's got a decent defense, just to let you know, Seamus. And Curacao, like I say, they'll be looking for something to happen. They may well get that chance. Let's not rule it out because they've got a togetherness with this team. No, they're not as good as Canada, but they've got their team. Canada's playing with what I would say not disjointed players, but players that don't get the time all the time. Great defending by Waterman. I tell you what, fantastic. And Basson goes down, gets a free kick. Very clever. Or was that Mr. Seeger? Mr. Seeger goes down, very clever. Number 23, beautiful play. Smart. But like I say, we have to be respectful of Curacao, not for their FIFA ranking, but the way they're playing tonight. But again, everything you said in your report there, Saliba continues to impress. Yes, he does. And he's giving Jesse Marsh problems. And that's a good thing. These young players coming through that are playing well, it gives Jesse Marsh, the coach of Canada, a lot of good problems. And you would like to have good problems, right? And remember, less than a year now. And there's going to be a World Cup coming. Canada now looking to get through on the break now. Ball down the line. Looking for Nelson to go wide. Jaden's looking to usher in. Gets the foul. It should be a goal kick. It shouldn't be a foul, but we'll see what the referee calls. Doesn't matter. Canada 1-0 up. But with a year to go, Jesse Marsh is bringing in some really decent, young, energetic, kick your ass out of your spot talent. Because if the top line doesn't do it, we got guys on the bench already now that can make a change in the game. It's up to the coach to make the substitution. I expect substitutions in the next 10 minutes. It's just up to the substitutions to be made because the talent pool, it really is there for Canada. And the skill levels and the know-how and the game management, which was something that Canada had problems with for decades. The game management. Canada has that game management down. Shot coming in. No, he fakes it. Oh, I tell you what. Sometimes you got to wonder. Hesitation kills you. I've said that a million times. Hesitation kills you. Kone, put your head in your hands. Kone again. He's not having the greatest of nights. This is the guy that needs to change out the night, or do you keep him in just to get his confidence up? Well, if he's playing like this, he obviously isn't getting it down, so he needs to come out. Reset the mind. Sometimes you're just not going to have that game. It's just the way it marries up with the opposition. Everybody's had an average game. You can't tell me why. I couldn't tell you why sometimes when I played average. Sometimes you go up against somebody and it's just Something about their game defeats your game. Kone needs to come out. Someone needs to get in his place, or at least switch Kone out of the slot he's in and bring him into the other side of the field. Just saying. Just saying. Remember, if you're listening from far and wide, like, subscribe, join the channel, join the family. And we do two things here. We talk the Canadian national team, and we also talk WREXHAM all season long, and the summer tour's coming up as well. And we've got the Gold Cup here with Canada. We've got loads more national games for Canada. September the 9th. Mark your calendars. September 9th, Canadian fans, mark your calendars. Yeah, I'm telling you, mark your calendars. September 9th. It's Canada taking on Wales from Swansea. I was about to say Wrexham. I'd love to say Wrexham, but it's from Swansea. Yeah, the referee's got the old yellow sail in the air. There you go, boy. Kamal Miller doesn't agree, but that's just the way it be. But yes, September 29th, Canada and Wrexham from Swansea, Wales. It's going to be massive. And then there's games after that too. Boom, all the way to the World Cup. And I'm looking to get into the World Cup, people. I live in Canada. I'm a host. I've been on the LOC, Local Organising Committee for Canada's World Cups. This time I'm looking to go in a different way. Canada now, 50 minutes coming up. Thinking about substitutions here pretty soon. I'm thinking Canada needs something to really ignite the team, because so far it hasn't been the greatest. People are putting the effort in. But it's the synchronicity, and it's the touch. It's to know where your buddy is that you normally play with. Ball coming in the middle. It's on the edge of the box now. Who can win it? Curacao come up with the ball. Curacao looking hungry to get something in this game. They're running their asses off. Let me tell you, they are really putting themselves through the paces. Not the best of balls. Is he going to get on there? Nice little touch back to Dane St. Clair and calmly into halfway. Beautiful. Who wins this one? Dangerous. Got to be there first again. Kone. Looks like his feet are in sand. Not having the greatest of nights. He's literally chasing that fly that he can't catch, is the expression. Chasing the fly he can't catch. Minutes to do, getting few. Substitutions should be happening very shortly. Curacao coming into the game now, literally looking like the bigger team in the game right now, dictating the play, but bad passing is the undoing. Canada now on the counter-attack, going through the middle. Jonathan David goes wide. Jaden Nelson back to David. David now in front of goal, goes wide, but just gets the pass away. Great tackle by Jason Schaffelberg, trying to keep Canada up the field, and Canada come back with possession. Nelson on the edge of the box. Great play by Canada so far. Looking for the wide ball. Gets it past him, and too hard again. Think about that one. Could have been in there. Seagar runs all the way down the field. Nelson nearly connects, and Canada could have been 2-0 up. But I got to say, Curacao looking like they're in the game now. They don't want to lose. They don't want to go home. They'll still be there for the third game, but they'd sooner be in the group and alive. Curacao clearing the lines. Looks like it's going out of line. Halfway. Throw into Canada. The game needs some life by Canada. One or two substitutions can make that happen, but if you're going to do the substitutions to change the flow of the game, you got to do it in the next 10 minutes. Because you're not going to change anything in the last 15. I tell you, Curacao winning the man-on-man battles, the one-on-ones, doing very well so far. Canada doing well to stay in the game and keep focus. Schaffelberg out wide now, pumps the ball forward. Lovely play. There's no support play, though. Kone runs it out of play. Does he win the throw-in? It seems that he has. There's a little mini success there for Kone just to get his confidence going in the game. There's a little success there. Can help his game tonight. But there seems to be a lot of arms up in the air and head shaking by a few Canadian players right now. It's not flowing as they want it to. But give Curacao the credit here. Come on. Give them credit. Little flicks here. He's been around the block. He knows how to keep you in the game. He's made Curacao a much better team. They may well even qualify for the World Cup and come in second, per se, quite possibly behind Jamaica and getting through the playoffs. Free kick, Canada, 53 minutes in. So Trouty McTrout must be a Canada Red or a Canada Gold fan, I imagine. Just let me know if you're a Canada Red or Canada Gold fan, Trouty McTrout. I'll tell you what he says in the chat, guys, as Canada are moving forward. World Cup tickets are going to cost you an arm and a leg. You need a mortgage. In fact, you're probably going to need 2 mortgages for the ticket. And if you want to have the hamburger and the pop, well, go for another mortgage as well. Obviously, it's going to be expensive. But cross coming in deep, goes wide. Looks like it's going to run out for a corner, and it does not. It goes out for a goal kick. Nelson kicks it out. Trouty McTrout is on the waiting list for World Cup tickets. But he says, we'll see how expensive they are. Yes, indeed. That was one thing that really surprised me with the BC tour last year, or the West Coast tour by Wrexham. And remember, we do Wrexham games and we do Canada games on this channel. Remember, like, subscribe, join the family, and be part of what we are. Because there's no leaders. Everybody is the same. Nice flick off Canada, using the ball well, keeping possession on the edge of the box. And Jaden Nelson, unfortunately, can't keep possession. Again, Curacao lively, looking for things to happen, pumping the legs. Everybody's working hard on the Curacao team. Not to say Canada's not, but Curacao is using a lot of energy right now. Wait for the last 15 minutes to see how those legs are for Curacao in the last 15 minutes. It will be a difference. Substitution coming on in. There we go. Ahmed, I love him. I think he's a great little player. Love him. He's done great for me ever since he came on. There you go. You could see that coming all the way. Nelson's off. But you know what? Why doesn't he take out Kone? It's interesting. I'll tell you what I feel is because Kone's been on the team a lot longer, a bit of more of a permanent player in the national system, and Nelson's still a young part of it. So maybe the seniority call there by the coach. But I would have sooner seen Kone go out. I think Nelson offers you more speed. Excuse me. Canada now with Waterman at the back. Ball over the top, going down the right side. It's a perfect ball. Absolutely perfect ball to play. You can try shield that, but you're not shielding that defender. You're now in trouble. He coughs up the ball. Well done. Canada stripping. I tell you, young Ahmed into the game straight away. Comes in, and I tell you, wins a free kick, and that's a card. You bring out that card right now. I tell you now. Bring it out. You should have been. You bring out that card right now. I tell you now. Bring it out. You should have been bringing this one out. Absolutely horrific. Didn't even try to get the ball. That's how you ruin careers. Look at that. Right on the inside. I tell you, that's gonna watch this. Foot. I tell you, that's gonna hurt. That is gonna hurt. Absolutely disgusting. He gets him back nasty because he got stripped for the ball. That's nasty play. Absolutely nasty play. Get the VAR on that one. There's one thing I can't take, guys, is people being dirty bastards. And that can be one of our guys too. Yeah? There's no call for that. Not in this game. Watch this again. There's no call for doing that. He knows what he's doing. There. He knows what he's doing. Or why did you keep your foot so high off the ground? If you're not trying to hurt the guy, why is your foot so high off the ground all the way through? You're stretching to get him. There's no call for that. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. Dirty bastard. There, you won't hear that on TV. And I don't get that wound normally. But I like Ahmed. And there's no call for that kind of behavior. Absolutely terrible. He got stripped for the ball, gets angry, and he has to get the guy back. This deserves the ball going in the back of the net. It does deserve a goal from that. Ball coming in now. Shuffleberg, good ball in there. Keeper's going to touch it. He does. Edge of the box. Canada still has possession. Miller turns. What's he going to do? Has a look. Fires one in. Going wide. Nice idea. Nice idea. Just didn't happen. Ramirito and Margarita. Interestingly, I thought Margarita was having a good game. I didn't think he needed to move out. He was being effective. He was quite effective. I bet he's a little bit bummed, but it is what it is. But for my money, Margarita was doing okay. Another substitution coming in. Yeah, that's a good call. That's a good call. That is a good call. Leandro had played a bit tough tonight. Not over the top, but questionable at times. But hey, you know what? If you keep him on, you might lose him. You never know. But Dick Advocat, I have to hand it to him. He's managing a good game. Curacao, when we last played them, were not this compact. They look a lot better than they were. They really do. Game's live. Right side of the box. Curacao trying to clear the lines. Goes down the line. Right side coming into halfway. Shields the ball well. Goes past. Strips Canada clean. Takes a dive. No free kick. No free kick. Referee doesn't even card him. Canada now moving forward. Ball coming to the right side. Nice play. Wrong place to go. Ahmed, though, is running. He's limping. Ahmed's going to come out. Ahmed's coming out. When you're running around like that, you're coming out. I can't see him being effective. He's not even challenging. He's got to come out. He's got to come out. He's got to come out. He's on the ground now. There you go. This old fella knows the game like you guys. I played this. I played at this level. And when I see things, I see things. And Ahmed was nobbled in this game. Nobbled. And nobbled means you were taken out. That is a bad injury. He's for me, it feels like the Achilles is the main damage area. And I had an Achilles tear. It took 6 weeks. But when you do it, if you've never done an Achilles tear, let me tell you, your leg seizes up like a lump of concrete for movement. You got no movement left. And every little movement, you can feel it twinging when it's really torn bad. And the only thing you can do, get it repaired, give it rest initially, and train diligently. And what I did was, watch this again. This is disgraceful. I tell you what, it's outstretched. That is that, man. That is that. That is that. Disgusting challenge. The referee got that one wrong, but I don't blame the ref. I'll tell you what, I am absolutely livid. It's a good job. We don't have people on Team Canada that like to nobble people because you get yourself a bad name. Ahmed's walking off. But man, I was so excited when he came in because I saw so many good things that he was going to do. So many good things. And he's such a gifted little kid. Tajon's going to come on. Alistair Johnson's coming on. Choinier looking like he's not going to be doing anything, but Alistair Johnson's coming on. And Tajon was warming up as well. Now, as a coach, I'm putting on some guns. I'm destroying Curacao. I'm taking you out right now. You're getting kicked off this park with goals. When you do that to one of ours, we step up. It's about togetherness. This squad, this nation has that togetherness everywhere we go. Everywhere. We're a clean team. We're a silky team. We're a nice team, a gifted team, very skilled team. We're professional. We don't nobble people. There's another one. There's another one. Another one. How many more times are we going to get players nobbled in this game by this referee not bringing out the big gun? Because that's what's got to happen. And how many times have you seen a Canadian on the floor that's been hacked down the floor tonight? Honestly, watch this again. You're not even going for the ball. You raked right over him. But Ahmed, I tell you, Ahmed is in a bad way. He's in a bad way. That's sad. That's sad. Yeah, I get a bit passionate, Jeffrey. I do. But you know what? I got reason. I've spent most of my life in this country. Hard to believe. And I speak such great Albertan, Canadian, with a twang, yeah? Yes. Back into the game, though. Got to get that second goal now. Let's see what happens on the subs and stuff. But Ahmed's back on again. Now, I tell you, let's see what's happening. He's still limping, man. I just don't see the point. That's some balls for you. I tell you what, if Ahmed's on there, watch the way he's running. Watch how he's running. He's had the freezy. They froze it up, but he's still in pain. He's still in pain. It's going to take character to stay on that field and do what he normally can, because I tell you what, he hasn't got the dexterity now on that leg. And I don't think it's a good idea to keep a wounded man out there. I think get him straight on the treatment table straight away. But credit to him. He's ballsy. He's brave. And that's what he's doing. He's playing for his place. He's playing for a spot. He knows what it means to go out of the game. He might not get that chance. It might be another player that then just pips him for that next game. So you know why he's giving her all. But again, I'm a little bit livid. Sorry, guys, but I'm real. And that's what you get here. Passion. Ball over the top. Curacao looking to go forward now. Canada coming up with the ball. It's Mr. Ahmed wins it. Good touch. Keep that going and put a smile on your face. Keep going and put in a performance. But he is running with the limp. Curacao down the right side. Tic-tac-toeing. Looking good. Gives and goes. And I tell you what, they're looking for the free kick against Canada for that one. Ball's wide. Shots coming in. No, takes it off. Little flick into the box. Another tic-tac-toe. The man's wide. Shot coming in. 1-0. 1-1. There you go. 1-1. There you go. It was warned in the first half. Warned in the first half. Well, I got to tell you, keep jumping up and down. You Curacao fans, one apiece. The warning has come through. One apiece. Now, make the changes. And sadly, Ahmed's got to go out. Physicality here. 1998, how you doing, buddy? I think we all appreciate your passion for our country and national team. Hey, man, it's never going to go anywhere, bruv. Never going to go anywhere else. The passion is the real thing. But we're now in a game. 1-1. Yes. Physicality here. 1998. Come on, boys. Let's go. Literally, make the changes. Get the program going. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. Nothing gained, nothing lost. Good 23, 24 minutes to go. But the warning signs were there. We did talk about this all the way through the first half and this second half, that Curacao were coming to it. And when you stand off Mr. Waterman, you get stripped. Then this is what happens. Nice finish, though. You got to say. Wonderful finish. Wonderful finish. Dane St. Clair not happy. Dane St. Clair not happy. Referee's holding the game. Referee's holding the game. Wait for it. Referee's holding the game. Wait for it. One apiece. Time to go. Canada needs to make the changes now. We've got to make the changes now. Nothing happening on the game so far. Hold the game. Hold the game. But we got to make the changes. What would I make? What changes am I making right now? I'm looking at the game straight away. Tajon Buchanan definitely is one of the guys I'm bringing in. Definitely to Spearson. Alistair Johnson, I'm bringing him in as well. We need speed and we need tic-tac-toeing. So them two I'm bringing in. Richie Laray will be the third one. So Laray, Johnson, and Tajon Buchanan, them are the guys I would be bringing in immediately. And yeah, totally. It's now like 67 minutes ago. I said at 60 minutes we've got to make the changes. 60 minutes in, now 8 minutes. It's later than it should be, and the later that you make them, the less chances you're going to make a change on the game. So brilliant. Absolutely, Seamus. Seamus O'Leary says time to put Buchanan on, and some other changes. Absolutely. Totally. Love what's happening, because you know what? Referee's got a problem. And I'm trying to lip read what he's saying right now. but he's looking the wrong way to me. Unlucky I can't see his mouth. It's under review, and come on, boys, girls, ladies, gents, we need a little bit of luck here. Let's hope they don't get the goal, yeah? Come on. That's all I'm saying. Was it offside? Curacao fans have got their hearts in their mouths. Some of them Curacao fans don't even look Curaçaoan. What is it to be Curacao? I'm kidding you. Video under review. Goal. Offside. Offside. Goal is offside. Looks like the goal has been rubbed out. No goal. Offside. And I'm looking at all the sports results around on the boards here. They've all still got this score up. He's just offside, baby. He just offside. I tell you what, you can love the VAR for what it does when it needs to be done. It's like if this were a final, you'd like that to have happened. Now, there's the Gypsies warning. We've been warned. On come Alistair Johnson. Comes Tajon Buchanan. I'm 2 for 2. Kone, good night. Get a good sleep. You're going to be working tomorrow on tactics, not working physically. Chournier's in. Beautiful. Okay, we've got ball players. We've got speed. We've got a little bit more enthusiasm here. We've just been given the Gypsies warning. We're still 1-0 up. It should be 1-1 if he'd have stayed on side. We've been warned. I'll tell you what, there's a red card right there. I'm wondering, he's bringing a yellow out, but I'll tell you what, he's running off. He's running off because I'll tell you what, he's running off. Calderon, the referee, is absolutely adamant. And if he carries on bitching, he's probably going to walk into the other side of the pocket, which is the back pocket. Keep watching, keep watching. That's a red card, man. That's not a yellow. That is red. That is red as a Canadian's shorts. He throws the elbow. Hey, fella, this is not hockey. Man, oh, man. At least we've had some entertainment, though. It's been absolutely beautiful. Look, I don't know if he is offside, to tell you the truth, but them guys in FIFA's land, in that VAR room, they say he is. As far as I'm concerned, that's all I care about. I don't care why, what, how they saw it, but they seen it and they made a decision. Dane St. Clair beating all ends up on the shot, though, yeah? And Dane St. Clair taking a free kick. Get back in your goal and let a defender take that free kick. What the hell are you doing halfway up the field? Really? Let a defender do that. Why are you taking the gamble? One goal. Yeah, and especially when you just got scored on. I wonder sometimes. Throwing coming up to Curacao. Here we go now. Chat. I chalked that up to Karma because it was so close. Yeah, beautiful Karma. He also says, Curacao playing dirty and the game is too close. Yes, changes now. Absolutely. Bakuna's 4 yellows already. Absolutely. And that's in 2 games. You betcha. Fight coming on. Watch someone get thrown out of play here. Now, there's a good run coming in. Who picks it up first? Yes, Canada first to the ball. I would say keeps possession, trying to pass off, does indeed. Nice pass. Too hard again. Man, oh, man, I'll tell you what. Saliba's really put his foot through the ball too many times where he needed just a depth touch, just a soft touch. Just imagine you need to touch something softly just once in your life, Mr. Saliba, and don't hit it like a cannon shot. He's been in some great positions, but you know what? He's scored a couple of goals in the last couple of games, so I guess he gets to pass a few balls lopsided once in a while. He's not perfect, but he's bloody good, and we love him because it's great entertainment. A guy that needs to bring the game up tonight, though, is Schaffelberg. It hasn't been his night, and he's down again on the floor, writhing in pain, but he's a trooper. He'll get back up. Canada, though, now, literally in a battle. 1-0 up. This is like a game of olden days where we're just in a game where it's 1 goal, and it could go either way, and it's getting chippy, and you're getting frustrated like me, or you're getting excited like me, or you're thinking, oh, no, not again like me. You're thinking so many different emotions. It could go one of 3,000 ways right now because we've lived them all, CONCACAF style. And this is a perfect styled CONCACAF game that we're witnessing right now. And I think we've got more people in the crowd than we did before, or they've been painting seats. Curacao to a man playing a physical game. But let's give him credit. They're giving you everything. Canada's in a match. Now it's up to the likes of Paul Stalteri and the coaching crew just to steady the ship. Now's the time where you use the experience to marshal this game out. And I'll draw your attention to one thing. A couple of matches ago against Ukraine, Canada wins 4-2. Canada were 4-0 up at 88 minutes in that match. They conceded 2 late goals. One was a penalty. Young, inexperienced players making naive calls, decisions, reading the plays wrong. Your experienced players may not be as sexy to look at per se, but your likes of Jamal Miller, experienced. Joel Waterman, experienced. The kind of guys that can just marshal it out and move it over time. Chauinier coming in as well. Ball player, able to stay on the ball, get you more time on the ball. Alistair Johnson comes in to play as well. Experienced defender, the big man having a great time with Celtic in Scotland. More experience, more guys to play that ball around. Staying on the ball, killing the seconds, earning the minutes out of the match by management. Not looking just to go forward. 360. Not just a training theatre, but 360 with the ball all over the field, staying in possession and working this match over the line. That's what we've got to take care of in the next 15 minutes. But now we're going back onto the game after that break. Curacao on the back line, starting again. Like I say, showing a lot more in this match, but I think the warning that Canada just had will serve us well. Thrust more in this match, but I think the warning that Canada just had will serve us well. Thrusting now with a 4-man press up front. Curacao not able to deal with that. We're going to pick this off. We have done so. Canada now use the ball. Shuffleberg looks to cross it. Keeps possession. Back up. Into the middle now. Coming across. Canada keep possession. Lose possession. Dangerous. Curacao now on the break. The physical play is beautiful in this game. I tell you what, you could see a red card. Oh, I tell you what, definite handball. Not given. Has that been given? Yes, it's been given, but should not be a card. Should not be a card. Handball's a call. And Jamal Miller just said some niceties. I don't know who he said it to, but the first word was something and then something. Definite handball. Definite handball. Yes, very sarcastic. That was very sarcastic, I know. But Curacao looking really serious, looking to get something done. They stung Canada once, and it didn't count. They're looking to sting again. Canada's got to stand tall. We've got to earn the 3 points now. We're very lucky, very fortuitous that the VAR says no. Or if you ever watch Little Britain, the computer says no. Here we go. Free kick coming in. Nervous times. Dane St. Clair standing in the 6-yard box, looking to claim. Where's the ball going to go? In-swinger, out-swinger. It's an in-swinger. Here we go. Coming in. Ball comes in. Great ball in box. I tell you what, not without. I tell you what, not without. Referee gives a goal kick. But again, Curacao have gone very close to getting the ball in the net. Shots so far, 4-4. Curacao has 1 on target, Canada 2. Canada are halfway. Got a great point coming up from Seamus O'Leary. I'll give you in a second. Canada through the ball. Great ball through. Now in possession, deep, passes off. Shuffleberg through the line. This should be, could be, but wasn't. I tell you what, Tejon was very close to sliding in for number 2, but great move with speed, with passion. Seamus O'Leary says, maybe this is the game Canada needs. Sometimes there is a bit of an overconfidence after a one-sided win. Great point, my man. Great point. Absolutely take that to the bank. I'm not saying we have, but your big 6-0 win sometimes doesn't do you a great service overall for the team psyche, but eventually you get the results. Right now, the result would be a 1-0, but like I've been asking for the last 3,000 years, where's the insurance marker? We need that insurance goal just to breathe a little easy. Had we have got the second goal already, you'd be watching a different game. Because Curacao would know 100% in one half of football, it's very unlikely that they're going to get 2 to 3 goals. That's the fact. It's the second goal that Canada needs will settle this match and calm the nerves and make this result look a lot better, because 1-0 against Curacao, you're talking 30 in the world taking on 90 in the world. Wouldn't you expect 2 or 3-0? I called for 3-0. It's 1-0 right now. Need 2 goals in the last 12 minutes plus added. Tajon Buchanan now hustling. Free kick coming up to Canada. Curacao are going to go berserk. Free kick coming up to Curacao, sorry. If you see through all that, the only thing I saw was probably a handball off Jonathan David, but nothing in it. Ball coming in now. Curacao looking to get things going. Looking to get another one in the back of the net. Gary's up there. Can he get onto it? No, he can't. Ball on the edge of the box. Shot comes in, blocked. And I tell you, they're looking for a handball here. Referee's adamant that it's a goal kick. He's on the VAR line and he's been packed, surrounded by Bakuna, Van Ilma, Bernet. The crowd think it could be a penalty. Maybe it's not, but it would be offside anyhow. Definitely having a very exciting finish to this match. Probably more exciting than it should be. And Schaffelberg got his arm way out of the way. Watch Schaffelberg's arm. Any VAR is never giving a penalty for that. Not in a billion years. I mean, sometimes they make mistakes. Or maybe they get it wrong. But you're not getting that one wrong. And even Schaffelberg was saying to everybody, oh, calm down. Not even close. And he was right. Corner kick coming up. They're still reviewing stuff. But from what I see, Schaffelberg gets right out of the way very well indeed. Referee says, bring the corner. I was 30 seconds quicker than FIFA. Out of the way very well indeed. Referee says, bring the corner. I was 30 seconds quicker than FIFA. How about that? Sometimes I think VAR takes way too long. I love it, but I think they take way too long. They need swifter, quick decision. Keep them moving. Corner coming in now. Pressure's on Canada. Great corner. Held by the Canadian national team. Standing tall. Little fake. The ball's coming back in. Curacao on the edge of the box, going further away from danger. Being pushed and repelled by Canadian national defending. Canada spread all across the field, racing up the field, trying to catch Curacao offside. Great tactic. Now the keeper's got the ball, has nowhere to go. Great team defending. You saw the lads running up the field to catch him offside and leave him dormant. The keeper couldn't play a damn ball. Absolute brilliant team unity, team defending, team togetherness. Absolute brilliance. I tell you, as this squad grows year to year, people are going to see Canada stay in the top 30. People are going to see Canada stay in the top 30. There's another prediction. Squad is getting stronger all the while. Referee's having a good chit chat. He's not happy with some of the pushing and the pulling. He's like, take it easy in there, my friend. Joel's nice and calm, Mr. Waterman. The referee's just saying, take it easy, my friend. And I like Joel Waterman. I really do. Plays a great game. I feel confident with him there. 2-3 years ago, not the fact. Ball coming in again, not the best free kick, but it gets through and it's dangerous and it goes over and the referee's looking. Referee's looking. Referee's looking. That, if I was on the VAR, would probably end up with a penalty kick. Correct? Bang. That he didn't know and that his arm is dangling by his side is his only defense. Let's see what happens. Interesting end to the match. We still have about 10 minutes to go and added time. Referee's having a good old chit chat. You got to replay the play, is what I'm thinking. Jonathan David seems quite relaxed on the situation, so it's not that something bad seems to be forthcoming. And you got to say, Room, the goalkeeper there in a beautiful orange outfit, he seems the more concerned of the two. So let's see what the confusion is. But again, very tense end to the match. You wouldn't want it any other way. And it shouldn't be this way. Canada should be streets and heads above. Referees coming over to the monitor. This could be bad news for Canada, guys. I'm telling you now. From what I see, I've watched it about 5 times now, and I'm replaying it to myself now. If they're looking for the hand, his only defense is his arm is not outstretched, but it is slightly away from the body. We're going to have to wait and see what happens. But there's something else on the line here too as well. He is being guided from elsewhere. Okay, the referee, Mr. Calderon, is not making this call. He is being ushered to make a call. Let's see what he does. Trap. This is the B team of a Gold Cup squad that's already short half a dozen starters. The goal is to win this tourney. Correct. Absolutely. That's why I say when you come into this, you always keep your top team, keep it going. Change 1 or 2, but change from the bench. Don't change the team, yeah? But that's what I say. Something went wrong with the officials here. Ball coming in anyway. Looks like it's offside anyway. Dane St. Clair. No, it's not our goal. It's not a goal. It's waved off. Well done, referee. Now, that's 2 major warnings we've had with the ball in the back of our net. Twice that hasn't counted. Have you had enough excitement yet? Watch carefully. Number 4. Offside by a bloody mile. Thank for VAR, because there's your facts. And thank you very much. The Canadian line, defense, the line, being so disciplined to each other. If they were not in a line, if they hadn't jumped up, that's a goal. So thank our own defense for being disciplined, moving up a line and forcing the offside again. Fantastic. This is not a pretty game, Trouty McTrout. I totally agree. But as Seamus O'Leary says, maybe this is the game Canada needs. Because after a performance like this, which is not bad, but disjointed, odd, quiet, passionless, not the same spirit, not the same mojo. This is the good game to give yourself a good kick in the ass and get ready for the next game, yeah? Absolutely. By the way, Tajon Buchanan was very physical just then. But hey, you know what? That's what a good, tough match does for you. So, yeah, Seamus O'Leary. Maybe this is the match that Canada needed. 100%. Totally agree with you, man. Totally agree with you. Minutes to do, getting few. 87 minutes coming up. There'll be a few added minutes on this one. But as it goes, who's the likelier to get the next goal? Is it Canada on a breakaway? Or is it Curacao to make a day and stay in the competition? Minutes to do, getting few, but there's enough time to get it done either way. One-on-one now, definite free kick coming up to Canada. And he hits the post, with a bit more discipline. Curacao definitely will be on the board. You have to feel for them. But you can see them exploding here in a dying seconds because they've come up with nothing and they think they deserve more than they've got. And in some ways, you can understand that and really sympathize with it. But when you just shove a guy out of the way, you're playing kids soccer. You're playing on the playground with no referee. and then you score a magic goal, and as you shoot that ball on your net, you shout some player's name who is your hero. Well, again, that's on the playground, and that's the playground move. This is international soccer, international football, and it's not like that. Larin and Forgerellis coming on. Okay, Forgerellis has been rushed away. He's not coming on. Larin's coming on right now. I contain yourselves. Contain yourselves. Yeah, he's coming on eventually. I know you can't wait. It is an ugly game, Seamus. It really is. It really is. It's a battle of attrition, isn't it, really? It's one of those games where you got to keep fighting, keep in the match, keep doing the simple things, because it's the simple things that keep you in the match. But Shuffleberg's coming out, and I think he's been kicked all over the park. I think he does deserve a bit of a break. But it wasn't Shuffleberg's night. He did a few great things overall. But again, right-sided player, and didn't see the best of him tonight. But hey, that's the way it goes. Carl Larin coming on. Is he going to score a second goal for Canada? A second goal right now would really ease everybody's nerves, no? But again, the legs pumping fastest are coming from Curacao. And they're playing with an intensity and an urgency. They're really pushing Canada. So yes, again, this is probably the game Canada need. Tic-tac-toeing, Canada try and go through. Aliwasei is running through on Room. Room tries to take him. Oh, my life. Oh, my life. Oh, my life. That's a penalty, is it not? That's a penalty, is it not? Referee, what are you doing? Referee, what are you doing? Watch this carefully. Is it a penalty? VAR is going to take a look, guys. Maybe I get my wish for the second goal. But watch the keeper. That's a penalty. Watch carefully. Watch carefully. He kicks it, loses it. Doesn't hit the man. Sorry, doesn't hit the ball. He takes all man. That's a penalty. 100 times out of 100, that's a penalty. Watch this. That's an even better angle. Definite penalty. Definite penalty. Brendan. Shuffleberg also had a hand ball in the box. Yeah, absolutely. We got lucky with that one, man. Good eye, Brendan. Brendan _. Good eye, my man. Good eye. Because, yeah, I saw that too. No penalty? What? Mr. Calderon. Mr. Calderon. Wow. Well, it's going both ways, but I tell you what, I think that should have been a penalty there. I mean, really, what do you think? Penalty? No. Well, Aliwasei is running with a limp now. He got really thrusted through there. I tell you what, I'm surprised we didn't get that. And it's not from a bias point of view. It's from a literal play. Oh, good crunching tackle there, my man. I tell you. The boots are flying now. Minutes to do. The boots are flying. I tell you what, Bassong went right through there. Give it sort of all he's got. Choinier's getting a bit thrown around as well, but that tackle by Bassong there, what a great tackle. And then a foul on Choinier. I mean, guy's digging over his knee. Man, oh man. Brendan _R says in the chat, refs should be investigated alongside CONCACAF. You know, mate, I absolutely agree. Take that to the bank, yeah. And we could say that. How many years have we been saying that? We could say that for so long, no? Do you remember when Jack Warner was the big man? Yeah. I had some chats with Jack. Yeah. I made him angry. Yeah, I did. Everybody was laughing, but he wasn't. Okay, Canada now. Bassong takes the ball, spins, midfield, coming over halfway, taps off. Jonathan David on the inside, goes to the right side. Tejon now, sort of looking for somewhere to go. He's literally blocked, but he still gets past. I tell you, there's a real fight in Tejon Buchanan that never used to be there, man. Give credit. The guy really does fight for his life there. Nice idea. Ball collected by Room on the edge of the box. He just ran outside the box with the ball. Close to it. Linesman, was he outside the box? Jamal Miller, absolute great thundering header out of defense, flattens a Curaçaoan as he does it. Right wing Curacao trying to get it happening. Ball comes in, floated cross into the box. That's a foul, a definite foul called against him. You know, too much physical play there. Too much physical play, and he would have been through. If he plays that cool and he plays that smooth, he's in there, and it's a tied game. But again, Canada have had the warnings all night long that Curacao were going to do something. And I think Curacao have played the games of their lives tonight. He's definitely outside the box with the ball. I'm looking on that replay. Watch his feet on the replay. How can you have the ball? I mean, really, that makes me think he's having the ball outside the box. Anyway, referee's a bit strange. Mr. Calderon's not had his best day for sure. Chaunier on the ball, fighting, doesn't win it, loses it. Ball coming back into Canada's half. Curacao looking to break through. They do indeed. They are through on net. Is this going to be dangerous? It is. It's a 1-1 game. Through on net. Is this going to be dangerous? It is. It's a 1-1 game. It is in the back of the net. There you go. Enough warnings have been given. And I tell you now, this game has not been coached correctly by Canada. We have not coached this game correctly at all. And I'm looking on the bench, and you guys on the bench haven't coached this game correctly. One apiece. One apiece. It is what it is. But give Curacao credit. I say they deserve what they've got. But Jesse Marsh and your crew, you have not got this game correct tonight at all. At all. You waited far too long with the substitutions. And I told you, when we make substitutions later in the game, they don't work. You've got to bring it in 55 to 65 minutes, latest 65 minutes. Bring them in on the 60. Half an hour to get in the game. I tell you what, it's got to be reviewed, but 55 to 65 minutes, latest 65 minutes. Bring them in on the 60. Half an hour to get in the game. I tell you what, it's got to be reviewed, but Dane's got to be reviewed, but Dane St. Clair beaten, all ends up on that one. It goes into the middle of the goal. Tells you that Dane had his angles wrong, so that's why. But it's the deflection that beats Dane St. Clair, not the shot. Take a look. Deflection beats Dane St. Clair. He went low to get that shot, but it's the deflection that puts the ball in the back of the net. Unfortunate. Terrible game, says Trouty McTrout. Trout for sure. Canada doesn't deserve to win. I tell you. Seamus O'Leary looks like a genius because he said maybe this is the game Canada needs. I'm telling you, on the money. Seamus also says, this has been the worst game I've seen Canada play in a long time. Well, with a miracle, we can rub it out, and we got enough time because there's 9 minutes coming, 4 minutes still to go, and Canada has literally been kicked up the ass and looked a shade of themselves. But it's not the team. It's not the number one firing team. But again, I'm not a shade of themselves. But it's not the team. It's not the number one firing team. But again, I'm not blaming the players completely. I'm blaming the coaching stuff. Totally blaming Jesse Marsh and the coaching stuff. You had the ability to bring in the big team and keep the continuity working, as you should do in competition. You don't start chopping and changing a team that is looking like it's destined to finish in the Final Four, come possible final. Blame the coaches tonight. Do not blame the players. And look for the next game against El Salvador to be something where confidence needs to be instilled with the top team coming out. That's what I'm saying. I'm not totally shocked. We've been talking about the 1-1 for seems like 60 minutes, and it's only just happened. And they scored before. We should be losing this game. That would even be a bigger kick in it, and a big kick where you know where. So maybe Sean's right. Sorry, Seamus. Maybe Seamus is right. This is the game Canada needs, because this will definitely spur us to something better in the next game. I'm not down. I'm giving Curacao credit, us, onto something better in the next game. I'm not down. I'm giving Curacao credit. The one thing I would say is, does this fall directly on Jesse Marsh completely? Yes, it does. He's the top coach. You can say, well, Mallo's on the line. Yes, he is. So I'm asking you a question then. Because you're playing Curacao and you've had a few national games as well, Mauro Biello? Did Jesse Marsh say, Mauro, you run this game. I'll let you run this game. I'm back for the next game. So take charge of this one. Enjoy the night. Is it Biello that's running this team right now, or is it Jesse Marsh? Because it has shades of Biello. That's what I'm saying. There's an insight for you. There's an argument maker. There's a talking point. But I'm not down. In the ball now. Come on. Here's the chance. Put it in net, son. Oh, unlucky. Room clutches the ball. Oh, it was Kyle Larin firing the ball into the keeper's hands. Nice. Well done, my son. Brendan _ says, Curacao justice is finally here, but it's a bit late. They should be winning. Absolutely. But for a headline offside, it would be 2-1 right now, and the world would be saying, how do you chuck Ukraine 4-2? How do you chuck Honduras 6-0 and then end up with this? Losing 2-1. It's 1-1. But if you had got that second goal. So we've had a big Gypsies warning tonight. And Seamus O'Leary, I'm glad you brought that point up. I'm quite happy now looking at this game that we have had this game right now. Because we've gone from one massive high to one catastrophe of a game. But it's still not over. One chance changes it. Here we go. Tajon Buchanan, inside, outside, into the keeper's hands, and he just couldn't keep it. Should have passed, but tried to keep possession to build a chance. Nice play by David. Jonathan David gets him in there. Tajon beats the man, but just gets tackled at the last moment. Game over. There we go. There we go. Well. 1-1 on the night. What justice? They should have 2 red cards. Yeah, exactly. It could be that point. I think they were very physical on the night, no doubt about it. But, Gypsies warning Canada now have been kicked in the gunions, and the deflected shot goes in past Dane St. Clair. But on the base of play, does Canada really, really have a bigger shout for the win than Curacao? It ended a draw. We have some big players out there. But again, I don't blame the players tonight. I can more or less blame the coaching stuff. That's where this one lies. Take it from me. The coaching stuff are firmly where you point the finger on this one. They've known how this game could end up. They've been in coaching all their lives. This is not the first rodeo they've been to. It's not the first time Jesse Marsh has sat from the stands and had to do a game. When you sit from the stands, you're in links with the bench, okay? So this rests with Jesse Marsh, 100%. But if Biello was running the game and given the game for the night to go and enjoy because you've been coaching the national team before, then it lies with Biello. I say the way the decisions making, the way the team was playing, they literally, for me, were playing a Biello style, not Jesse Marsh's style. We started in the Marsh form, but it didn't stay there. So again, young players, don't kill the players. It'll be a great experience for them. This is a learning curve, and it's good that it happens now. Canada's still on top of the group, 4 points in, but this is a learning curve. They just got robbed for 2 points in the last seconds of the game, yeah? But it should have been a 2-1 loss. So count your lucky stars, Canada. You got a points where you probably should deservedly get nothing. Dane St. Clair had to make big saves all through the match, yeah? Dane St. Clair in goal was more active than Room in goal for Curacao. Dick Advocat, the coach, coached a great game. I told you they looked more compact all the way through this match, and they came up with that 1-1. They did not give up. They were over physical. People can complain. Yep, there was a definite red card in there for sure. Definitely a bag load of yellow cards that never were given by Mr. Calderon. However, Calderon didn't do a terrible game, but should be investigated, as some people pointed out. End of the match. A draw is a draw. Coming back for the next game, Jesse Marsh is coaching from the bench. Next match, I guarantee you won't see the misfit team or the fit-together team for a match. You'll see the starting line. The pressure that's going to fall on Jesse Marsh right now is rightfully going to fall on his feet. He's the boss. He wears this. A draw against Curacao is not catastrophe. A loss would have been. We just got lucky, very lucky. But again, for me, this sits with Jesse Marsch. There's no other way to look at it. I'm going to bring up the stats. And guys, you got any questions, let me know right now. Bring up your questions right now. If anybody's got one, anybody's got a question out there, you let me know. And I'm going to say, Track confirms my next topic is, where does this leave us in the group? Well, we're qualified for the quarterfinals. It just remains to see, do we finish first or second? Yeah. So valuable point, take a positive out of a negative, but it should have been all 3 points. Let's face it. And again, Seamus, back to you. Canada really got exposed in the back. Perhaps missing Cornelius, Davies, and Bombito does have an effect. Guaranteed, mate. Absolutely. The one guy I'll put it this way. When you're talking defensive posture, strength, unity, but confidence in the guy in each shirt, Bombito. Moise Bombito. When he's the best player in the world, may well get the goal on the defense he's playing with. But Moise Bombito, I feel so confident when he is in the defense. In fact, I love to watch him there because he makes me feel like it's going to be so hard for them to get past him. Yeah. So Bombito. Cornelius, yeah, he's been a revelation. Every time he gets on the field, he's always Mr. Safe. He always comes through. He doesn't really make up a mistake. You know what I mean? Like, he's solid. So Cornelius, I'm another fan of Cornelius. Absolutely. Davies, what can you say other than stay to the position? Give us your strength on the white side. Stay to the position. Don't get lost going to Mars and losing the ball. Stay to your position. Stay true to your strength, which will help this nation. Don't think for a second that Alphonso Davies, and I'm being straight up, I love the guy. I respect the guy. I respect who he is and what I respect who he is and what the talent he is. But you can't do everything. So stop thinking you're Roy of the Rovers, Mr. Super Bloody Man, that can do everything for the team, because that eventually hurts every team. And that's why Tuchel exposed you at Bayern München. Jawohl. Weißt du, was ich meine? Ja, 100%. So, same with that. Got to say, players as well. Trout, even Johnson missing most of the game, plus Adekugbe missing. Yeah, Adekugbe is he's an interesting player to have in the squad. He's at that level where he can have a game where he's absolutely lightning, yeah? And then he just brings you that steady. He's never bad, but he brings you steadiness, yeah? So I do like what Sami Adekugbe brings. You got to say, with Johnson, when he's on, unbeatable. And sometimes the way he brings the ball forward to add to the wing-back situation, he's unplayable. And he's full of confidence, full of speed, full of piss and vinegar, and he can go past you. He can pass that ball. He can see that, thread that ball, yeah, through the eye of a needle. He's got great passing, great tackling, but most of all, that passion for the badge. He plays for Canada like nobody else. In fact, Ricky Larea is another one that plays like Johnson with bang, and he'll knock you out the park, yeah? They do it with passion. The young guys that bring that physical, they do it with the body, and they do it generically, yeah? It's like a hockey player finishing a check. But I've got to say, those two guys I named, they bring you that passion when they hit you. Totally do. But Elson Johnson, it's nice to see him back. It's a big addition to the team. So let's see what happens next. Larea didn't play. None of our starters played tonight. I love Ricky Larea. Chippy Ricky. Who doesn't like Chippy Ricky? He brings you everything for real, doesn't he? Eh? He does. But Chippy Ricky, who doesn't love Chippy Ricky? Yeah. I see some of the times where he has a one-on-one with one of the forwards that he's going up against, and he makes life uneasy, and he gets under their skin, and he tries to piss them off. He takes them out of their game using his head. It's an old tactic. It's a very old-style football tactic that Ricky comes with, because most guys have this generic niceness to them. They don't want to trade the physical nastiness, per se, with words and volume and nastiness. They want to keep it generic. They're just playing their role, yeah? There's a lot of generic people in football, in soccer. There's a lot of generic people that talk it as well. Not all generic people talk soccer like me. But anyway, I think talking into the chat one more time. Back to Seamus O'Leary. Should Canada rest the big guns next game like David and Buchanan? Well, I would say, with it being the 24th when the next game comes around, And it's the 28th and the 29th with the quarterfinals. You've got 4 to 5 days in between them two games. And you've now got 3 days rest, per se, between this game and the 24th, which is against El Salvador. I would say big team plays next. Got to get back to that level. We've dropped a level, and that will resonate right through this squad. When you bring a 1-1 against Curacao, it doesn't matter who won against Curacao. It doesn't matter who played for Canada. That is a bad result. That is below par, big time. That resonates with the whole squad, with the whole setup, and it's going to stay and stick with Jesse Marsch and the coaching stuff. That's where the blame is for me. But that squad is like a bad stink. And it's going to hang around the dressing room. It's going to hang around the training field. It'll hang around the hotel. And when they go on little trips, that smell of that drawer is going to hang around. There's only one way to wipe that bad smell away, and that's with a resounding win. So El Salvador will come in knowing that Curacao gave Canada a tough game, gave us a runaround at times. El Salvador is going to try and come in and do the same thing with confidence that what Curacao pulled off, that they can do too. Therefore, the coaching staff, Jesse Marsch, Paul Stalteri, Biello, the rest of them, they got to get this team ready, prepared, big lines going for a win. And that win against El Salvador has to be more than 2-0 to bring that level back up. And then in the quarterfinals, dependent on who we get, you're going again with the big line. So we've got to get our team prepared for that quarterfinal match in this next group game. If it's such a low, like some of you guys have said in the chat tonight, that you've seen a terrible game, worst game for Canada in a long while, I have to agree. And that lends and stays and fits firmly under Jesse's cap. He wears it. So get ready for that quarterfinal. I feel personally we've got to bring the big guns in the next game, get everybody firing 8 cylinders, because tonight we didn't even have 1 cylinder on an 8-valve engine going. It was rotten. So bring the big guys next game all across the board. Jesse Marsch, get down on the bench, do your damn job, get it ready, get it done, get it prepared. You've got 3 games now. Win that game. Go 4 days later, big guns again. You've had 3 days rest. And then after that, it's another 4 days to the final on the 6th and 2nd, and then the final on the 6th. So it's 4-4-4. You've got ample enough time in between the matches to get enough rest and recuperation, keeping the guys hydrated, well-fed, well-rested for each game. Light training, but more on the board, more video than on the field, yeah? That's what we need to think. So, Seamus, if that answers your question, long-winded, yeah, we got to come with the big guys. Absolutely. DJ Knox, how you doing, my friend? How you doing, my friend? Coming at you now. What was the what was that? Yes, exactly. I have to agree. Rotten as rotten eggs, man. But blame the coach. I'm saying blame the coaching tonight. Not just for the way they set up. No, not that. But more importantly, if you see a game like this, and we've been watching Canada for how many years? This one, 33 years, right? And talking the team. But when you see a game like this developing, right? You get the first goal. You have to get the second goal straight away before half-time, because you see this game developing and getting away from Canada exactly how it did. You see this game developing and getting away from Canada exactly how it did. The young players remind me of what we were 10, 20, 30 years ago in CONCACAF. We were unable to impact into the game. The physical and the nasty edge that CONCACAF quasi teams brought to us then used to demolish us in our game plan. It demolished us tonight. I don't say blame the players. And for the young guys, it's a great experience. They're going to learn from this. So for the young players, it's great. Blame the coach, Jesse Marsch, Biello, Stalteri, blame who you like, but it rests with the coaching staff. They messed up. There was ample time through this game to have changed the flow of the match. You can make a substitution every time. Why do people think they got to wait for the second half to make a bloody substitution? If you're not on your game, Kone, first half, you're not on your game, Kone. You're coming out. Why risk this result that we talked about all through the game being a 1-1? They scored on us. I told you before they scored. I told you it was happening. We talked about it. But why risk it? If you can see it and I can see it, then what are the bloody coaches doing? So again, don't blame the players. No way. Do not blame the players. The only positive is we qualify for the next round already, but don't blame the players, especially the young guys. This will be a great learning curve for them. They didn't lose. They're going to be thanking their lucky stars over this tonight when they see what happened. Don't blame the players. You can ask a few experienced players what was going on. You can also ask the referee what the hell he was doing, allowing us to get hacked, chopped, kicked all over the park, and the carding system to its fullest effect, yeah? Too much of this, not enough of this. That would have really corrected this match. Again, don't blame the players. Look at the game as a whole. We saw it developing all the way through. And after 30 minutes, all I was talking about was the dangers we face ahead. The gypsies' warnings that we've had. The amount that's over the bar. I do. What does that do for you when you're the minnow and makes you feel that you can punch with the heavyweights and you can hurt the heavyweight and you can get a result? And for the rest of that game, Curacao played their asses off and pushed us all the way. Who else has done that recently? Nobody. Who else is going to do that in the next game? Nobody. Because we'll bring the big team. There will be no more messing around. This game was gotten away from us in a phrase because of the coaching. Not the system, not the formation, not the players, but the coaching preparation. That's what got away from us here. Going into the chat, guys, because you've got stuff to say too. Seamus O'Leary, yeah, I agree. Bring the big guns, get the lead, then they can rest them. Totally. Trying to Trout Coney was a pylon. Well, a pylon in the wind moves more than he did tonight. I love him, but man, oh man, get him out. I don't care who it is. I don't care what player. If you're playing like crap, you're coming out. I'm not going to wait for the 60th minute. The game is not a gamble for one player. If the team isn't operating, and you as the coach need to identify straight away where is the weakness? Where is it going wrong? Where's the flow not happening? Where are we not allowing them to go through? How are we not stopping their plays? Kone was a pylon. Out. And I said in the first half I'd take him out, and they should have done. And it's only so they don't kill one guy's mojo that they don't do it. But sometimes that can raise a guy's game. And tonight, Kone needed to be made an example of to make other people realize what can happen when you don't play. Back into the chat, guys. Give me a second. DJ Knox, even Jonathan David looked terrible. I have to agree, brother. Seamus says exactly. Was not doing much. Just a second here. There we go. Trying to make Trout. Everybody knows Jay David is atrocious in hot weather. There you go. I mean, you know what? In a few games, he has not been good. But who remembers that goal down? I think it was in El Salvador, where he chipped it past the guy, ran and scored that goal from long range in the pissing down rain in Latin America. Yeah, he doesn't like the heat, but sometimes he can. Going on. Rude Canadian, big up, brother, says, if Marshy's ban gets an extension, we're actually finished. Whew, I tell you, man, on the benefit of that, do you know what I would like to see? Just for shits and giggles, what I would love to see is Stalteri, Paul Stalteri. If that comes through with Jesse having another game coming up, boom, boom, I would sooner see Stalteri coach the game alone. Knowing what Paul's got in his head, knowing what he's done in his career, knowing who he is, I'd put Paul Stalteri on that coaching line on his own for that game, if that was what had to be. I don't want to see another game from Biello, okay? I've seen enough, all right? Just saying. Never had really the best feel for his tactics, but tonight, absolutely rotten. Anyway, moving on. Trout. DJ Knox, exactly. And DJ says, agreed. Schaff looked terrible. He should never start. He's only good as a 65-min sub. Absolutely. He's a super sub, says Trout. Schaffelberg, I mean, but starter didn't work. Schaffelberg tonight, man, you know, I love the guy. I love them all. But Jacob tonight, remember he got crunched in the first minute. It should have been a red card. And then Trout said, you sure, Steve? I'm like, well, I really feel it. But when he got hit a couple of times after. And I think that sometimes the old adage, When you got a guy that's dangerous, nail him. When that ball's close to him, this is old football talking. When that ball comes in and it's right close to him and he's just about to get the ball, you nail him with everything you got. You go right through the ball and all. You give him such a whack that he knows he's in the game. Some guys get soft and some guys disappear. Jacob's not soft. He didn't disappear, but he was getting that physical attention all night long, yeah? And as Trout brought out and a few others saying there should have been 2 red cards in the match tonight. That could have been 1 for sure, I'm saying. 2, maybe. Absolutely. Back into the chats. Portugalish here, 1998. What do you think El Salvador's greatest strength is that will concern Canada the most? Team defense. You've seen a few times, and especially last time in the Gold Cup and games going through as well. El Salvador, team defense. Feisty, disciplined, tough. Also got a unity, a very nationalistic unity, very proud nation, like a really proud nation. So they fight for the cause really deep. So their biggest trait, their biggest, I would say, skill set is really good defense. And you'll see the footballing nuance as well. They're able to read the plays, know how to manipulate the referee, know how to stay on not getting in the referee's book, but being bad. They're very clever in the game. It's a case of they know how to manage 90 minutes plus and make it work for them against bigger teams. Don't look in for a blowout. I think that blowouts are not what's happening with them guys. They're on the ascendancy right now. Could well be pretty soon as well. So that team defense, keeping people off the board, and against bigger teams, grabbing the 1-0s. Maybe a set play. Unlikely to be a free kick. More so corner kick, more so a flowing long ball through. That's the assessment there is what I'm thinking. Just 1 second. I've got to feed the kitty. There you go, buddy. I knew he was coming. He's not happy either. He's like, Dad, should have been 3-0 Canada at least. I'm like, yes, it was. You've seen Cabby. He's called Cabby. The reason why he's called Cabby is because he drives a cab. I'm kidding. He's got a little hut on the deck. It's a little cabana. So we called him Cabby. He was a stray originally on the just little tote. I'm like, he's like a cat in a cabin. And I said, it's Cabina, which, no, he's not a girl. So I said, okay, it's Cabby. That's it. True story. Cabby will jump up eventually. If I call him up, you'll see him. He's a big football fan. He watches the games with me. No duff. He really does. Back into the chats. So that's what I'm saying. Portugalis 1998, that's their biggest traits amongst all. Tough defensive team to break down. Seamus O'Leary, Kone is a mystery. Oh, my life. What a great statement. Kone is a mystery. We've seen him play great. We have. Yes. Then so badly. The game against Uruguay. Oh, my life. Yeah. He was the best player on the field. Yeah. He looked like something like out of the top teams in Serie A or like, maybe a Premier League team. He was a world beater for the Uruguay game, wasn't he? Unbelievable. But then this. And that's what you say. Seamus says, and then this. Absolutely. And then this. Yeah. DJ Knox. And why are they letting Ahmed roam around injured? Brilliant. It was killing me to see that guy running around like that. Listen, when you've had an Achilles injury, like I think that is, you don't want to be running around. It makes it worse. It puts you out the tourney. You take him off now, there is a chance he can come back in the later stages of the tournament. Doing that, man, oh man, again, blame the coaching stuff. That, to me, was amateur hour. You can't let the guy keep running around. We discussed it as it was happening at the time, DJ. I don't know if you was here, mate, but letting him run around injured. Man, oh man, I tell you what, Bush League. It's not good enough. It's so not good enough. You don't let a professional football run around wounded. You got to be better than that. You got to identify that. You got to see that, manage it, get someone in now. And it takes that long. So what are you thinking on the sideline, Jesse? What are you thinking, Biello, Paul, the rest of them? Then they took him off. Did a little bit of treatment with him, right? And I'm sure Ahmed's shaking his head, nearly crying. And then they put him back on. I can't believe I saw that. That's unbelievable. Why? They rushed him back in. It should have been, you're injured, you're nobbled, get him off. When he was writhing around in agony, it's not just a little knock and he needs a little bit of spray. He's hurt. He's injured. Unnecessary. And again, come back to the coaching stuff. You messed it up all the way through here. And when you mess stuff up, you get guys playing out of position and sometimes too often get hurt. And that's what we had happen tonight. That's exactly what happened tonight. Guys out of position, not the right team, play system, but don't make guys come on and do what you don't want them to do, get hurt for a nothing situation that should have been taken care of. This should have been a 2-0 game early on into Canada with the right team, the big team, keeping the big team flowing, getting it ready for the final third game instead of now injuries in the camp, dumbass coaching. Next game coming up, we're hitting it low. We've got to come in high with the big guns, move through, and hit the quarterfinals with big teams again. You got to shake your head. Absolutely. DJ, you're on the money, man. You're on the money. Why are they letting Ahmed roam around? Why? DJ also says, I was waiting for Biello to bring on Ozzo. Yeah, exactly. Osorio comes on, steadies the ship. Ball. This game needed ball players. It never come at us with ever. I say this is the best Curacao team I've ever seen. The way they played the ball, commanded the game, bullied it, pushed it, made things happen, pushed themselves back into the game. That's what normally Canada do. So when we put our big team out for the next game, you're going to see a big difference. And I really hope, DJ, really hoping it now, and the rest of the family, I'm talking to you now, I really hope we wear it in this. I really do. Because that just weren't good enough. Back into the chat, guys. Yeah, DJ, we talked at length about Kone's day and night through the game as well. It was a case of bring him off. 30 minutes, I'm ready to get him out of here. I'd seen enough by then. Look, you can have this relaxed feeling, look about you where you don't look so wound. And, there's different types of players that play the game. There's the very quiet people. There's the aggressive people. The loud people that play the game, yeah. The people that want to crunch the tackle. Here's the kitty. Kitty's coming in. Just watch out. Let's say hello. I don't know if you can see. Yes, kitty's in the way. That is Cabby. He's running riot. Let's have a look. Okay, you're not supposed to show people your arse, no. Come on. Where's the manners? But Kone's day and night, and we said it. I'd say this much. He won't be playing the next game, but I would put him on the bench and bring him in for the last 15. Absolutely would do that. Absolutely. Don't kill his confidence completely, but bring him in for the next game. Yeah, I would do that. Definitely would. Just give me a second, guys. Just want to put up the screen. There we go. That's better. No, I'd bring him in for the next game on the bench. Absolutely. Back into the chat. Trout. Great stream and quality takes as always. Thanks and see you all for El Salvador. Trout. Absolutely, brother. I'll see you the next game. And El Salvador, I'll tell you what, I think that'll prove to be a game you don't want to miss. I think they're going to come back with fire in their bellies because they've been embarrassed. And like I said, all through training until the El Salvador game, 24th, right here, got it already booked, come back for more. But between now and then, every training game, every hotel meeting, every hotel meal, every little trip they make, every little store they meet, everything they do, they're wearing this until they can get the chance to put it out of the picture, down in victory. Okay, Trout, my friend, keep going, and we'll see you back shortly. 3 days to go. DJ Knox, back at you, man. Ahmed playing injured with Tejon on the bench. Yeah, exactly. Where's the logic? Where is the logic? When you look at that straight on, without being too inflammatory, but when you look at that straight on, you have to ask questions about the coaching and also the physio. As a physio, you see the guys, you treat the guys every single day, yada, 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 on the treatment table. You're in charge of their health, right, and their welfare physically. As a physio team, when you see a player down, your job is to ascertain how bad the injury is immediately. That's the first thing on the ear. Yeah, get the sub ready. Okay, that's the first thing you do. I didn't see any of that. Cabby, did you see any of that? Did you? No, I didn't see any either. He'll stick around till he wants. You know what he's hunting for? More candy. He's had his candy. He's now in protest. He's going to stay there and protest till the next game. Absolutely. Cabby, face the camera. Be a good boy. But that's what I'm saying. The physio team should have been there straight away. Ascertain what the injury is. Yes, I love you too, baby. I love you too. So imagine this guy was a stray less than 2 weeks ago. Look how calm he is. And he's such a lovely little boy. He's fun. But again, physio team, their job. They should have done it. They should have got him sorted out straight early. Bring him out. Can't risk it. Get Tajon in. The referee's going to take the time. He's going to tack on the time, no problem. But Tajon's on the bench, just like you say, DJ. And I was calling for him to be substituted immediately. You could see the anguish, the pain Ahmed was in. Again, I'm blaming the coaching. I'm blaming the physios. You bring him out immediately. You don't make him run. Even when he was running around, go back and listen to the replay on this when Ahmed was injured. I'm commentating Ahmed going, he's running with a limp. He ain't going to make it. He is so not making this. He's so got to come out. 10 seconds later, he's on the floor. He's out. Blame the coach and stuff. I've hit it hard enough now, but that's the big point I'm making. When was the last time Larin had a clue on how to score? Great chance, and he barely hits the ball. Had enough of him. Sometimes in football, I call people the nearly there man. Kyle Larin, although he has a great scoring record for Canada, and just look who he's scored against, that'll tell you everything. But when I look at Kyle Larin, it makes me feel of the nearly there man. He nearly gets there. He nearly gets the shot off. He nearly gets the pass off. He nearly gets there. Too often, Kyle Larin is the nearly man, the nearly there man, the nearly there man. And that's the best way to literally assess him. He's not a Jonathan David. He's not a Tajon Buchanan. He's not a Jacob Schaffelberg. Assess him. He's not a Jonathan David. He's not a Tajon Buchanan. He's not a Jacob Schaffelberg. The skill in his feet are literally blunt. He's a blunt force striker. Bang, big head. Bang, big foot, tapping in from close range. He's on the end of a move. He's not the guy that's going to start tic-tac-toeing and starting moves off on a game day, on an even once in a game. That's not him. So you're looking at a pylon, a big pylon. And as we've seen over the years, because this team has got better, and you know that better than most, DJ, as this team's got better, you've seen him grow into it. He's not the guy we need. And quite rightfully, Jesse Marsh has been very respectful using him, but that's the guy I would change out every time for a youth player. Absolutely bring in the youth player coming through next because they need the time. Kyle Larin cannot get any better, as you've seen. He doesn't score many recently, as you've seen. So his career is coming slowly to an end. Therefore, I say bring some young guy in and let that kickstart right now. Let it kickstart right now. You're a year out from the World Cup. Get a young gun in that place. Make him your focus. Get him the time. Bang in the goals. Get the confidence. Get the mojo. Part of the system. Learn the whole thing on the video, on the training field, in the room. Chat it up with the coach right across the board and get cemented for that one. That's what I'd be doing. Back into the chat. I have to agree with you on this one. Jebus, very surprised didn't start. I'm very surprised as well. I was looking for different things. The midfield I was really excited about when the midfield was first named up. I thought, hey, we're in for something good here. But it didn't materialize the way we thought. And then we got that logjam, typical style CONCACAF game where we lost our way. And we needed someone to guide the ship. And again, the coaches didn't guide the ship. DJ, yes, Larin is the nearly man. Absolutely, DJ. Absolutely. Totally the nearly man. But listen, I'm going to give you some stats right now while we got them on the board. And then we'll get into a bit more of this. But again, Gypsy's warning, guys. One apiece. How many times did I give a Gypsy's warning out about this during the match? I saw it. You saw it. Why can't the coaches see that? I mean, come on. Stats on the board. Let's go for the stats. We'll be kind. We're going to go to Curacao first on the 1-1 draw in Group B. Shots on board, 6. On target, 2. 48% possession, 298 passes, 73% pass accuracy, 13 fouls. Wait for that one. 3 yellow cards, no reds, should have been 2. 3 offsides and 2 corners. Canada now. Canada's stats. Likewise with Curacao, 6 shots. We had 1 shot on target more with 3. Percentage on the possession, 52%, 317 passes. Pass accuracy, 75%. Fouls. Curacao had 13. We had 15. Yellow cards 1 to Curacao's 3. No red cards, 1 offside and 3 corners. So there's your stats from